Welcome to my latest Warhammer 40k battle report. As we're getting deeper into the edition now, just playing the list and playing the armies that are just fun. And this time, I'm really looking forward to this one because we're going old school. There's going to be a swarm of ancient-led Ork models pushing across this battlefield versus my Space Marines, the 13th. And I'm bringing only firstborn Marines. Old Hammer all the way, baby. I'm bringing the old school Orks. Is Pootle? Say hi, Pootle.
Hi, Pootle.
The t-shirt. First, the t-shirt. What is that?
If anyone who does know points to you. So
yes.
My nom de guerre is a reference to The Flumps.
The Flumps.
Which is a TV programme from the 70s and early 80s.
That is so old school.
I loved as a kid. And the reason I came up with it in the 90s, we had a Necromunda campaign at uni, and my Orlok band was named The Flumps, and everyone was like, there was Danger Mouse and Batfink and Pootle. And it remains my hero.
It just stuck.
And I found this on the internet.
Are we old?
We might just
be. Are
we
really old?
There's probably viewers who are going, sorry, they had TV in the 70s and 80s.
So you're bringing Orks today, so that means you auto-win.
Yeah.
Orks have a fight, they win. And how old are some of these models on the table?
Well, I mean, some of them are properly old.
There's Rogue Trader old?
Rogue Trader old, yeah. I played with these guys in the very early 90s, 91, 92.
Let's take a look at the army. Right, okay, we're so old. I just don't know where to start with this stuff. These things over here, these are the original SNAS?
Flash Gits.
Flash Gits?
Yep.
From Rogue, yeah.
Converted to hell. These guys there was White Dwarf 135 came out. And
135.
And it was how to convert.
Are people watching this not even born then?
That was 1990.
Right.
Like summer 1990, I think.
I was definitely born then.
And it was just incredible. So this is Captain Badrock. He's playing as Captain Jewelfang.
Okay.
Leading 10 Flash Gits who are unfeasibly shooty for Orks. Yeah. They've got 3 or 4 attacks with their SNAS guns. Sustained hits, and he will give them reroll all hits, so they're actually quite tasty.
So this article in White Dwarf 135, for those that weren't there, tell them how they used to work.
So you rolled up random weapons,
right?
And I rolled up a bunch of random weapons, like an auto gun that had +3 to hit.
So you made it.
So an auto gun with binoculars on top.
Okay.
You could have a heavy bolter with just minuses to hit, but double the number of shots. So there's a sort of inbuilt thing there. A plasma pistol with 3 shots. So it's got 3 magazines on a plasma pistol. So I rolled them up randomly and then built them to match.
Right.
Which was tremendous fun.
Like 50,000 years ago.
Almost.
I mean, that's when the rules were a little bit different than they are today.
I have actually played. There was a comment made recently. No one ever played Rogue Trader. I have played Rogue Trader.
Right.
No
one played official Rogue Trader. That's my thing. No one tried to stick to the rules. You needed a third person to dungeon master.
So I was the games master for a game between Orks and Eldar, but I went completely over the top, and I had amble tunnels, minefields. And the 2 armies never got into combat because they died to my shenanigans in the midfield. That's Rogue Trader.
Rogue Trader, Warhammer, 40k, right there. Glorious, 2,500 points. Yep. Orks still have Dewar.
Yep.
So once per battle, advance and charge right there.
Yep.
And you're doing Warhorde.
So
smacker, smacker, 6s explode.
6s explode, yeah.
When you punch stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure all of this will be able to fit in the deployment zone.
I genuinely think that could be interesting. In that sense, deployment's going to be easy. I'm just like, it'll be
like
rush
shoulder to shoulder. You've got the punch. I've got the guns. I love all the old school banners as well.
Yeah.
Are they all painted or printed, or what have you done there?
Right,
Printed and painted?
My warlord is Bloodteeth, who's going to be playing as the Garskull rules today.
He's Garskull.
He's Bloodteeth.
Right, he's Bloodteeth.
But he's Garskull who gets +1 to hit, +1 to wound. He gets crits go off on 5 in the way. He's an absolute beast. He's got just so many attacks. And the Meganobs with him will delete Land Raiders with ease.
Yes.
He's almost overkill. He's too powerful.
We'll see how far he can get, whether he gets right down into my deployment zone or not.
Yeah, but he's magnetised.
Is he?
Yeah, so I can have him as a war boss in Mega Armour if I wanted to.
Wow.
And he was built to take the place of the original Bloodteeth that I built in the 90s.
Right.
Which was, again, rolled up some random bionic bits. I rolled up tracks and cyborg body and fuel injection implants.
So the dice turned.
The dice turned that, and I built, and then of course he's too small now, so I built the bigger version, including the same. I had a spare grot.
Right.
To ride the back from the Wartrack Scorcher.
They've both got grots on.
So in game, he is just a war boss who hero worships Bloodteeth and has paid a pain boy in a mech to give him the same bionic bits.
Right.
And Bloodteeth thinks that's a bit weird, but has heard about some Space Marines use this thing called tactics.
We do use tactics,
and there are snipers on the battlefield. So maybe it's useful to have a guy, a crazy orc, who is dressed as Bloodteeth with the same banners, and maybe they'll shoot him instead and let Bloodteeth get into melee. So it's fine to let him run around. He's got a unit of 10 knobs with him. 5 old metal knobs here, again, converted with heavy weapons because it was sensible to put heavy weapons on knobs back in the 90s.
Was it?
But they're all just power claws and shooters.
Heavy weapons for shooting?
Yeah.
Or
because,
shooting?
I mean, it was when I was 12, 13, 14, they hit on like 2s or 3s, which is just weird, but then that was the way to do it. So these all got power claws and shooters. There's also the band.
Right.
Thank you to my great friend Kraken, who won these in an RTLW competition. And 2 years ago, when I was on the channel, I recommended that people check out on YouTube Big Gun O' Mine.
YouTube Big Gun O' Mine.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
It's 2 minutes long.
Of joy.
It's
Orky
just
joy.
It's the best Orky video on the internet, I think.
It quite possibly is.
Yeah, so you got the band singing praises along with this war boss who was, and they got Gazgul Thrucker with a bunch of mega knobs.
We've got
piling up.
Gretchen, we've got boys,
we've got lunch,
boys, we've got war bikes.
Right.
I've got my favourite war bike here. This guy. So there's a guy, the Gyro Orc. On Instagram. He does the most amazing conversions, but I shamelessly stole one of his ideas to have this thing with his crash into a stone and the pilots flying off.
Yeah.
Flying off, and it works so well. I'm really pleased with it.
Okay.
So bikes, 3 more bikes. Sorry. Oh, he's got the fallback and charge. Fullback shoot and charge enhancement on the
so they're coming forward. Fullback shoot and charge. Yeah. 3 more buggies, which they're bikes.
They're playing as bikes because they're the same.
These are lead ones.
They're all lead, and
these are concealed weapons.
They're not concealed.
In the foam
they're right here.
Yeah, they're right here. Okay.
Dreads, a couple of trucks for the knobs and someone else to go in.
Yes.
Buggies. We've got the teleporting snipey one. We've got the ramming mortal wounds and lots of not hitting missiles.
Yes.
And the custom rivet cannon thing that makes you minuses to hit. Mech guns, it'll be Unit 2 with and this guy's got a shock attack gun.
That's the OG shock attack.
They should be custom mega cannons because they're obviously the best.
It's lead as well, people.
Of course,
it's lead as well.
All this stuff. So he's got his ammunition.
Yes,
he's got a runt bot to look after the ammunition, and then a ranging squig to fire through the tunnel. None of that has any effect in game. But it was important in Rogue Trader days.
Because you'd run out of ammo.
Yeah, so you had to have your ammo. You had to pay points, so I think 15 points a base.
Yeah.
Otherwise you couldn't shoot. Otherwise you'd buy a shock attack gun and then you wouldn't have any ammo.
Yeah.
Custom mega cannons are meant to be the best, but I've decided to go full orc, and all 4 of them are bubble chuckers. Which will be completely random.
So brilliant.
Who knows what we get?
That's the way to do it. Yep. So I mean, the mech, they've made some weird looking guns.
Yeah.
And they're firing massive bubbles across the battlefield.
Or I think it's maybe not the bubbles. Maybe it's just this. This is clearly a cannon of some kind. But who knows what they put in the shell?
Exactly.
Maybe it was shampoo.
At least you brought some guns with you.
And most of my anti-infantry is going to be running up and hitting you. Anti-tank, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's Orks. Anti-tank there's a tank. It's ours now. So more boys over here as well.
More boys. Pain boy with this one.
Okay, and then Storm
Boys. Yes. So these are plastic there, and that's a Blood Axe lead model, but they've got dustbin lids with fireworks on their backs.
Dustbin lids with fireworks on their backs,
which counts as an Orc jump pack.
Right.
And they've been. They'll be up in the sky to start with, and just kind of descending uncontrollably.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure there'll be enough room on the battlefield to deep strike in. There might be deep striking in behind the lines as they descend uncontrollably.
Yeah.
But you've got some speed coming forward with all the trucks and all the buggies and all the bikes and things.
Yep.
And then you've got the unstoppable wave coming in afterwards.
Yeah.
If you pick up one of these models and throw them at my head, you could just probably kill me.
That's one of my tactics.
So, if you're losing in turn 5, it's Orks win, catch.
Yeah, if I take over the commentary for the YouTube, then you'll know what's happened.
You know I'm dead. 2,500 points worth of old school Orks. It's glorious. Let's check out the 13th. So this is just below 2,500 points of Space Marines. We've got Oath of Moment, using the Gladius Strike Force because I like all the tactical flexibility with it. And the idea is this is an armoured column rolling into this battlefield with tactical means in Rhinos, Devastators in Rhinos, Terminators with the characters in Land Raiders, and then some stuff walking on. We've got Typhoons, we've got Dreadnoughts and a unit of Scouts for some uppy downy stuff. Not a lot of punch to counter the Ork punch, except for the 2 units of Terminators and except for the 2 Dreadnoughts over there. Essentially, I'm going to need my guns to break the wave of the Orks, and if I don't, they'll keep rolling over me. Old school all the way. Gun versus punch. Orks versus Space Marines. So down here, Librarian with Terminators. He gives them sustained hits. There's brother Captain Sol Garrow with Terminators. I gave him the Honor Vehement because he's a G, and the Honor Vehement gives him an extra strength and attack. 2 units attacks, 1 with dual flamers, 1 with dual plasmas. They'll combat squad up, so that'll be 2 5-man teams and 2 5-man teams. Devastators, 1 with las cannons, 1 with multi-melters. When they jump out of the Razorback and the Razorback shoots at a thing, and then they shoot at the same thing, they reroll wounds. So with Oath of Moment, you can point at a thing and then reroll all the hits against it. And then if they jumped out of the thing, the razor, then you can reroll all the wounds as well. It could be quite brutal. But glass cannon, once they've done their party trick, they'll get rolled over by the next wave of Orks behind. But Predator, a couple of Dreadnoughts as well. The Typhoons, they're Legends choices. They can move, shoot, move. An extra D6 after they've shot. Overcosted, but more long-range Dakar, and I've got no idea how this is going to go. We're playing with 1990s models versus 2026 Wolves. Let's go to deployment. And here we are after the deployment. All the Orks are down on the table except for a unit of Grots that are going to come sneakily in from Strategic Reserve, and the Storm Boys. And Poodle got to pick deployment zone, and he picked this side, and I'm not mad about it because down the other side there's a very high rock pile over there which 2 Typhoons can sit on rather handily. And I'd love to tell you where everything is and what everything is, but
the Orks are here.
Yeah, the Orks are here. Poodle first started out like, I need to place this one here and then this one over here and think about that. And then halfway into deployment, it's like, I just put them down. I just put them down. And I've got 2 combat squad of the Tactical Marines. So the 2 squads of 5 are back there because you've got strategic reserves and deep striking and things like that. And then basically there's Devastators, Tacticals, Terminators, and Devastators, Tacticals, Terminators on the other flank with some long-range firepower backing it up. And people keep asking about the terrain. This is 3D printed terrain that Just Craig did for me. Thank you, Just Craig. I have no idea where he got it from or the files, but if he's in the comment section, then he might be able to tell you guys if with the 3D printers where he got this stuff from. But thanks, Just Craig. The battle mat is from urbanmats.com. Trees I've got from various hobby stores through the many years that I've been doing this.
There's one of your early YouTube videos on how to do the trees, which I followed. It's really good. It's worth looking at.
Yes, I do tutorials, don't I?
That was a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
That's
many years ago. There was one really on doing the trees. Yeah. There's one on rocks. There's tutorials on the channel. Cheaty things. I do cheaty tutorials. How to make... Anyway, Crucible of Battle deployment. Because we like pain.
I like barely being able to fit in the deployment zone.
Yeah. There's a lot going on today.
Yes.
And it's also old school miniatures with new 10th edition rules. So take and hold. We're going back to the well, which is 5, 10, 15 on the primary, because there's a lot going on today. And I do like the adapt or die twist, guys. What do you think about the adapt or die twist? Because this allows you to monkey around with a secondary mission deck twice without spending any CP. And get rid of those horrible action cards like Sabotage a Thing or, the Orks.
They don't storm your objective, turn 1.
Yeah. Yeah. And the Orks don't want to monkey around with any of the silly actions, and we don't. So that allows you to get rid of the silly action cards. Anyway, who's got first turn? I'm not scared. You're scared. I'm a little bit scared. Honestly, I do want you to get first turn and come closer to my guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could, you've already won.
I have already won.
It's the Orks.
So shall we pack up?
This is the way the world ends.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Okay. And now let's see who wins the after party. You've rolled a 1. No. I've rolled a. I'm going first.
Come closer to me.
I don't want to come closer to you.
Well, we'll just shoot me from there.
Space Marines turn 1. So here are the set of orders for my glorious 13th. So named because they are survivors of the 13th founding, not Ultramarines. We need to secure no man's land. We need to recover some assets. I already used an adapt or die twist because I'm not scared. But I think we might be able to do both of these as we push forward into the on-rushing horde. Here we are after the 13th movement phase. I declared the Devastator Doctrine so I could advance with some of the tanks and get some of the guns in range, but also get close to the Orks lines. So I'm not entirely sure if it's a good idea. But the plan is, around this side, we're going to recover assets with the unit in the Rhino over here. Now, they didn't get out because there's flash kits in that truck. Flash kits on Overwatch pretty much hit on Ork, they could be all dead. And then, so I need them inside the Rhino to do the thing. And if I get them out, they'll just be deleted anyway. So they're recovering assets. The unit at the back recovering assets. And then the tactical squads to the right and the left are securing no man's land. So like well-drilled Astartes, we are completing our orders shouted through from Captain Sol Garrow. And the plan on this side is to crack open truck using Devastator Doctrine, and Dreadnought ran forward, and I've got these guys back here to look at it, and then hose down the guys that get out with the Land Raider that advanced all the way up there. But that is not my Oath of Moment target. That is target number 2. Target number 1 is a higher priority. We've got a really fast unit of war bikers around here with a Death Killer War Trike that can fall back, shoot and charge with his enhancement. That one must die. So that's my Oath of Moment target. And Land Raider poking around the corners to shoot at them. Predator can shoot at them. All 3 of the Typhoons can shoot at them. The Devastators that jumped out of the Razorback here with the multi-melters, there's a lot of guns that are going to shoot at the Oath of Moment target. If I take down 2 of these targets, I'll be very, very happy. And then the front wave of the Orks can chew on some of the soft meat I put in front before we unload the battalions, the Terminator Elite from the Land Raiders and countercharge the countercharge. That's the plan anyway. But someone said something about plans and first contact with the enemy. I mean, you came up with a plan for the deployment and everything.
Didn't survive contact with the table.
You didn't even, yeah. So my deployment was, it didn't even survive first contact with what I'd set up here. So let's shoot some guns. Let's start off over here. Let's start off with a secondary target. Let's try and crack that truck. So 2 multi-melters from the Dreadnought. One of them hits and it goes through. 6 up in Fun?
Yep.
No, and that does 1 damage. That's a good start. Fired the Stormbolters in. That did nothing. Can't fire the HK on the Rhino because the Rhino is doing the action. So we're back here to the Las Cannon team, starting off with the Razorback, which hits, and it's strength 12. That's a wound. That's another invulnerable save, sir. That's a 5. That's not an invulnerable save, and that does 1 damage as well, which becomes 2 damage because it's a Las Cannon. HK hits and pens.
Nope.
And the HK, I've rolled a 1 and a 1 and a 1.
Trip once.
I'm
You can do it.
due a 6. That's not a 6. But it is on 4 wounds remaining. I've got 4 Las Cannons down here. They all fire in, hitting on 3s, and 3 of them hit. And then they're going to wound on 3s and re-roll a wound because the Razorback shot at it. And I didn't even need the re-rolls. So hopefully I crack the truck. You made an invuln finally.
2d6.
2d6 plus 2 damage is mini damage. Truck goes boom boom. Truck goes boom boom! In your lines! What a beautiful shot. Love explosions, particularly when it's the Orks blowing up. Got the boom. Took out 3 boys, 2 boys. One of the flash gits was injured, and an injury on the mech guns, injury on that buggy there. Big bada boom. And then we're on to the Crusader. And now the flash gits are out, and they are my Space Marine killers. We're going to Storm of Fire with the Land Raider Crusader. Because I declared Storm of Fire, you're declaring Ardus Nails to make the -1 to wounds, so my CP probably won't do anything. Your CP will probably keep them alive. Genius stuff, -1 to wound. Because Storm of Fire ignores cover and plus AP, but all the Hurricane Bolts are going to be winning them on 6s now. I like it. However, the HK is going to try and get rid of some of your long-range guns and fire into one of the mech guns in the backfield, and the HK hits. And the HK wounds. They do have a 6-up invulnerable save, though. And that's a 6.
You shot off a bit I don't need.
Yeah, there's many bits you don't need. Right, okay, assault cannon time. I mean, about 10% of that is functional. 90% of it is just bling.
It's just covered in snotlings.
Yeah. 3s to hit with the assault cannon. Strength 6, but -1 to wound is 4s to wound you. And it is twin linked. Now, this is the good thing, because those are devastating.
Yep.
And -1 to wound, that is AP -1, ignoring cover. You need a 5. That's a 5. I kill 1. And you got another one to do. Okay, so 3 wounds in total. 1 was injured from the explosion. I killed 2. Hurricane Bolt was in rapid fire range. 24 shots. Not in rapid fire range. We're going to need 6s. We get another one. That's going to be another 5. We tickle 1. And that's the end of the blizzard of firepower on this flank, and the flash gits, they were the beta target, and they managed to take all the shots, all the blows. They're still very combat effective. So now we'll go over to the other flank and try and get rid of the Oath of Moment target. Start with a Razorback. 2 overcooked plasmas on the inside with Oath of Moment. +1 to wound, 2s. You need 6s. 1 takes 2 wounds, and then hazardous. I'm good. Tickle with a Storm Bolter, which will be forced to wound because of Oath of Moment. There's another one, but that's a 3-up save. Loads of cover in the way, and you're good. And then the HK hits and doesn't do anything. Ooh. So let's move on to the Razorback. Start with the Storm Bolter. Re-rolling the hit. Forced to wound. There's another wound. A tickle. A 3-up. No. Okay. Heavy Bolter time with Oath, and that one becomes sustained. Strength 5 versus toughness 6, I believe, but Oath of Moment and Twinkie Dinky. That's 3, 4+ saves, 2 damage a time. We got 1, and then the multi-melter team will fire in. Let's face it, these guys are probably dead next turn, so I really need this to do something. We're hitting on 3s with lots of multi-melters, and we're re-rolling. So that's a nice start. Everything hit, Pootle.
Yes.
Everything hit. With +1 to wound, it's 2s.
It is.
It's lots of 2s.
All 1s. It doesn't matter though.
There's 4 1s. No, it's +1 to wound. Oh yeah, re-rolling all the wounds. Re-rolling the wounds, because I'm glad you're here. I forgot it already. We hit with everything. We wounded with everything. Many 6-up saves coming up.
Problem.
Actually, yeah, because once I kill bikers, we're going to go onto the Death Killer.
Death Killer's got 5-up.
Right,
so
okay.
I need to roll 5.
Okay.
Jesus, this is not pretty.
Right.
5 6s.
5 6s.
1 more 6.
Right, let me start rolling the damage though. Yeah. Before you go on to them. So one's on a wound, so he's dead. And then the next one is dead. The next one, dead. Next one, I'll roll that. I get it flat on the table. Not dead. Right. So that is 3 more dead. You've still got the knob in there.
On a 4 wound knob.
No. And then this is... He's not dead. So another 6-up on a forward. No. Right. Now he's dead. And now we're on to the Death Killer War Trike. Oh. Okay, 2d6 damage. There's 8 damage.
He's got 9 wounds.
Has he?
1 left.
He's got 1 left. Brilliant. Pootle.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing him along. Awesome model. Awesome conversion.
Old new model. And new old model syndrome.
And now he's flying through the air.
That's realistic pose, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is action shot right here. Right, so that's it from the 2 trucks. The Typhoon's heavy bolters are out of range. That one can't see any. And they were lined up to throw some more shots down that way as well. But we might be able to shoot something else, because the only thing the Predator can see is the Death Killer Wartrike on 1 wound remaining. So let's shoot him with a couple of las cannons with Oath of Moment. And we wound him on a 2. He gets wounded.
5 up him.
Yes.
No.
No. And then that's his last wound. He's gone. Right, okay. Threat, Alpha, wiped out. Behind that fast unit, another fast unit, and Megatrap
Scrap Jet.
Say that 3 times really quickly when you're drunk.
Have a drink first.
Yeah. This Typhoon firing in. Hits both of the times. Strength 9. Is it toughness 9?
It's toughness 7.
Okay, so we wound it once. There is cover. You don't make the cover, and that does 1 damage. We're back to doing 1 damage. Okay, up to Typhoon number 2. Both of them hit. Both of them wound. And you make 1 fail 1. Okay, more than 1 damage, please. 3 damage. Typhoon number 3. Why is it taking 3 Typhoons to get rid of this? 1 of them hits. It doesn't wound. 3 Typhoons can't get rid of them. Then we can move, shoot, move. We'll jump that with D6. It moves D6. 5 is enough to get it down. That's good. They'll stay up there. They'll be out of range of most of your guns. And the last thing I've left to fire is a Land Raider. What is the Land Raider going to shoot at? Right, so getting down and having a look. Heavy bolter goes into the boys, just to thin some of the herd. And then there's a rivet cannon there, buggy that makes me -1 to hit.
Yep.
So let's put 4 las cannons into it. And then the hunter killer's going to try and kill that big mech gun in the backfield. So here's the HK. There's a hit. That's a wound. 6 up and bun. Cocktails all. Yeah, 6 up. No. Right, no. And D6 damage. For 6 damage! That worked. Okay, we killed a gun. 4 las cannons into buggy. We hit the buggy all the times. And we wound it. Oh, we wound it 3 times. 6 up and bun on the custom booster blaster. Negative. Dead custom booster. This is a good turn for the Space Marines. Dead custom booster. No. And then heavy bolters. Then the heavy bolter sprayed in. The boys ducked for cover. No more casualties taken. And that is the end of turn 1 shooting phase for the Space Marines. And what a shooting phase. You know I said I didn't want first turn?
Yeah, I know.
That was a great first turn.
That was pretty handy.
That was like one... Yes, I rolled lots of 1s to damage, but we got there in the end. Yeah. Wiping out the unit of bikers, getting rid of a mech gun, getting rid of a buggy, putting those guys down on foot, and completing all my secondaries. Let's face it, I'll have 1 more turn of really good shooting before the full horde hits me. But we'll rack up the points, find out how many we've got, and brace ourselves and see how many orcs can hit me in turn 1. So the Noble Astartes pick up 8 points, and the Orcs, well, they want to engage on all fronts, of course they do, and they also want to kill something in range of objective with overwhelming force. And they can get both of these secondaries as well. So here we are at the end of turn 1 movement phase for the Orcs. A lot of thinking happened, a lot of sneaky things happened, and a war erupted across this battle grid. The Orcs, they can advance and charge. They have a 5 up invulnerable save. The sneaky little gits in the backfield stole an extra CP for the Orcs.
Dug up some stuff.
The Pain Boy put the 2 boys back together that got blown up from that explosion. Stitched their arms back on. Bloodteeth, aka Gazgal Thraka, did the strat. So +2 to advance, +2 to charge. Got a nice advance roll, and he's coming around this way. And the Orcs are engaging on all fronts, and they need to destroy something for overwhelming force. And there's a Rhino right there. And there's guns looking at it from the shock jump dragster, from the bubble chucker back here, and the big mech gun, the shock attack gun. There's so much going on. And then a potential charge to either the Rhino or the unit that get out on the Rhino. And that puts your Warlord on this side of the battlefield.
Yep.
And with a 5 up invulnerable save on the Meganobs because of WAN, a 5 up feel no pain on the Meganobs because of WAN, you put it in front of the Land Raider with all of the plinky guns rather than the big las cannon guns right in the middle. So that's tactics happening here.
Could be.
The Orcs have been reading the Space Marine playbook, and then round on the other side, we've got guns looking down the field, looking into all this mess over here. We've got a Death Dread that can go charging in, and then behind them is the second wave, is a wave of knobs inside a truck as well that can jump out and start causing some pain. Next turn, and then I've got some Terminators, and then I've got some, and then you've got boys going up the gut as well. There's some boys here, some boys here. 3 unit of boys, wave after wave after wave. Lead ones, red ones, some playing instruments, one with a WoW banner, swinging it wildly in the breeze. Some of these orcs are definitely going to come crashing into the Space Marine lines this turn. There's a WoW rolling across this battlefield. They're having fun already, and now they're going to shoot lead and bubbles in the general direction of the enemy, and maybe some of them will actually hit something. Start off with the flash kit shooting at the rhino. What's going on?
Right, so they're not moving. So
Yes.
all the ones over here, so there's 8 of them, can see the rhino.
Okay.
There's a once per game lethal hits.
Right.
They'll get sustained hits naturally from their guns. Because they're shooting the closest target, that rhino, they'll get 4 shots each rather than 3.
Okay.
And they'll re-roll all hits because of Badrak.
Okay.
Dual Fang, although he himself can't see the thing. He's
tactical.
He's tactical. Right.
Right. He's like, you guys shoot at that thing.
Yeah.
It's over there.
Yeah.
Let's spray some lead, boys. 4s, 6s are...
Sustained and lethal.
I'm glad you're here. Re-rolling everything because of Badrak's ability, and look at all of those 6s. Say that again.
Orc shooting, and I got more hits than I had shots.
Yes.
It's just bonkers.
Yes. They're having a lovely time.
They are.
5s to wound the rhino. Okay. Dude, they can definitely hit the side of a barn door. Big chunking barn. Right, so 4s, each doing 2 damage. Yeah, that's a dead rhino. That is overwhelming force. Blow up. No explosions. 5 guys inside. No one dies, but I kind of blocked off behind me.
Yeah.
So the unit have to get out in front of the rhino, which puts them closer to Bloodteeth / Gazgull with +2 on his charge. They might not be long for this world.
I reckon he'd take out the Land Raider, so he don't make short work of devs.
Yeah, so plan 1 happened, and you've still got some more guns. Well, things that go bang anyway.
Yeah.
So bubble chucker. You got 1 bubble chucker. Roll the dice. It's a 6.
Ooh, that's the anti-tank one.
Okay, anti-tank bubble. Nice. Right, so targeting the dreadnought. D3 shots for 2 shots. Hits on 4 still, right?
Yeah, it does. It's only grots.
Only grots. And they miss. They miss. The bubble goes
They're
pop.
really big bubbles.
Shock attack gun, hitting the same target.
D6 + 1 is 6.
Okay. 4s to hit the dread. Wow. That is 4 hits. Strength 9, toughness 9. We have a wound.
Oh, good.
AP.
AP 4.
Right, that's definitely not a save.
D6 damage.
And that is
Ooh,
6
hello.
damage. So bubbles rain down along this dreadnought, and snotlings appear in his left trouser leg and start running up the inside of the dreadnought chassis here. He's only on 2 wounds remaining. And while he's struggling and wobbling on 1 leg, those warbikers, they might not have him in close combat. So firing over their heads is the shock jump dragster.
Yep. Custom shot rifle.
Yes.
There's a Gretchen piloting it and hits on 3s because of squid targeting. And it misses, of course.
D3 on the rockets
Just
is 1 shot with a rocket. Need a 5. No. That's a miss. So the warbikers are going to throw lead in the general direction of the dreadnought as well. Twin Daka guns hitting on 5s. Wounding on 5s. And twin linked. There's 2 so far. There's 4 so far.
81, because
solid rounds. And the dreadnought goes down to Daka guns.
Does it explode?
What is going on? It doesn't blow up. He just falls over.
Orc shooting for the win.
Killed 2 units with orc shooting, but that one doesn't count. You get distracted when there's snotlings running up your left trouser leg. It does leave the warbikers free to charge as well, should they want to. So that's the shooting on 1 flank. We come across to the other flank where 2 bubble chuckers fire some guns, and these are the
both
bubbles.
Anti-Terminator.
They manifest, okay. Aiming at the Devastators, 2d6 shots plus blast. 10 shots rain in around them. 4s to hit.
That's right, it's half of them.
3s to wound. 4 wounds. AP2, but covering the way, so 4s. And I lose 2 of the Devastators. And the Megatrak Scrapjet is also firing in at the 3 remaining Devastators. This is the...
all the rockets. So
all the
D6
rockets.
+2, effectively.
Okay.
So hitting on Orc.
Yes.
No.
No, nothing with the rockets. They just explode in their general direction.
He's got a load of...
Lots of guns, though, yes.
So hitting on 5s.
Daka.
These would be 3 strength 5, so 3s to wound, but twin links.
Okay.
No,
3 of them wound.
no.
One of them gets injured. And then because there were lots of advancing across the battle grid, that's it for orc shooting. But taking down 2 targets in the orc shooting phase, a cheer goes up over they're wowing, they're cheering, and they want to charge. We've got a Death Dread here. What does it want to engage?
I'm going to put just a speculative charge on the truck into the Devastators first, I think, just in case.
Let's see. Yeah, okay, right.
So
There's a potential
6 or
tank
something?
shock here. That's
No,
a 4.
fails.
That
That's
is not happening.
Then
Right.
the Death Dread.
Death Dread, both targets,
Yeah,
single
both.
target.
Go
Both
for
targets. Oh, he's angry. That's an 11. Then round the other side with here we go. It's
He's hungry.
okay. So not Gaskell. Tharka is definitely angry. These guys, because I was thinking about overwatching with these. If they failed into the Warbikers, I got 2 flamers in that squad, but I'm definitely not going to bother overwatching an entire unit of Meganobs as they come flying in. So they make it there. The Warbikers engage the Land Raider. Might as well. There's a Power Fist in there. It'll make me do the Tactical Doctrine if I want to fall back at all. Plus it keeps the Terminator. There's Terminators in there. There's Pain inside of there. So we have a couple of first turn charges as we go on to the Orcs. Fight phase. Starting back round here at the end of the charge phase, Death Dread doing tank shock into the Devastators. Looking for 5s. There's a couple of 5s. And now he's doing piston-driven ferocity. So mortal wounds on the tank shock. Mortal wounds with this. What did you roll?
That's a 5, so that's D3.
That is a 5. Yeah, I think it's D3 plus 3.
No, that's if I roll the big one.
Okay, the 6, right. Okay, so double mortal wounds. He basically karate kicks the Devastators on the way in and absolutely nukes them. I like that. Piston-driven ferocity, for those that don't know, is an updated thing on the Death Dread. Check out warhammercommunity.com for all the updated rules. And then he's punching the Rhino.
He's punching the Rhino.
7 attacks.
He does. Exploding 6s.
Yes. There's no explosions.
There's no explosions,
but many hits. Strength 12.
3s.
We have 4 wounds. -2, 3 damage
you
a
need to
time.
fail all of
There is a world if I fail all of them.
Oh.
I don't fail all of them. It's still on 4 wounds
It is.
remaining. But you have wiped out the unit of Devastators that wiped out the Bikers and put a Death Dread right in the middle of my lines. And then we come over to this side. Let's do the punch against the Land Raider. See if he can take anything off the Land Raider with the knob, with the claw on the Warbikers down here. These old lead models, deadly weapons. Forced to hit. There is a smacker. That's an exploding hit. 5s to wound. It is a Land Raider. There's a wound. And there's a couple of wounds off Land Raider. And then there's choppers. One chopper comes through, tries to peel off a panel, and it does. The Land Raider goes down to 13 wounds remaining. Nice little tickle. Yeah. Then in front of the Land Raider, War Boss Blood Teeth versus 5 Tactical Marines. Sweep or strike mode?
Sweep, please.
Okay.
I just showed my kids the Fellowship of the Ring last night, and that bit at the beginning in the prologue when Sauron just kind of sweeping the good guys.
And they're flying left,
That's what's
right,
happening now.
all over the place. Did they like Lord of the Rings?
They did, but, and I love this, they said the book was better, because I made them read the book before we watched the film. And they weren't very keen on that. But
Your kids, they're clearly going to be rocket scientists and brain surgeons and things.
Well,
very clever children right there.
One of them is the most likely person I've met to ever become a supervillain, so I'm slightly worried about him.
All right, one a superhero, one a supervillain. At least they appreciate good writing. There's a reason why that book is one of the most sold books ever.
Yeah.
It gets a bit flowery, Lord of the Rings. It gets a bit poetical here, there and everywhere, but I do love that book.
Yeah, it's amazing. I could reread it and reread it.
Greatest trilogy of all time.
Definitely, no doubt
and
about it.
I think it's 25-year anniversary of Lord of the Rings, and there's extended editions in the cinemas, either out now or just been out or out soon. It's coming. I've never seen the entire extended edition in the cinema. Who has?
No one has, but now is the time to do it. But I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it, but it's on Tuesday night in my local. So
it was Christmas for me. Every Christmas I used to watch Lord of the Rings for like 10 years, all the extended editions. Me and Henry Cavill have that in common, you know. He loves it too.
You're quite similar.
Yeah, we are, you know, people have said that before.
You're prettier than him, though.
Yeah, you know, wiser, older. He's a better actor, though, I'll give him that. Right, so sweeping Sauron through all the... Yes.
This is going to be crazy. It's 12 attacks.
Is it?
And it's +1 to hit, which doesn't matter. But it's exploding on 5s, and I get lethal on 5s.
Do you?
Just...
one hit the floor.
I'm not even going to bother re-rolling that one.
Okay. 4 lethal so far. Strength 8, so 2s to wound. Okay, right. So they all go in. And what's the AP?
AP is only 2.
Only 2 on Sauron's sweep mode. 1, 2, 3.
Sweep.
Yeah, the Mega Knobs don't even get a chance.
No.
They just get evaporated. With those tactical marines tumbling through the air, that is the end of turn 1. It's 8 points for the Space Marines and 5 points for the Orks. But the Orks, with those first turn charges, have pushed the Space Marines off of all the objectives that they're on. Death Dread OC3, Rhino OC3, so don't score that one. Definitely don't score that one over there. I've got a big problem over here. Unit with a 5-up and bun and a 5-up feel no pain. I have got Terminators right in front of it and las cannons looking back over the corner. But then I've got problems on this flank and it's, yes. I'm going to have to pick up the scouts just in case I get a cheeky secondary. So we'll pick them up for uppy downy things. We'll go to Space Marines turn 2 and unleash a second salvo of firepower into the onrushing horde. The 13th want to cleanse some objectives of the Xenos filth and take the centre of the battlefield with area denial. In the Space Marines turn, the tactical doctrine was declared, so the units that were engaged in close combat can fall back, shoot and charge. And around this side, I've got a lot of firepower. The plan is to shoot, kill, charge everything on this side and break through this way. Push hard on the left flank, because on the right flank, we've got Not Gazgul Thraka and some Mega Knobs and a lot of pain coming this way around. I'm not sure how much damage I'm going to be able to do here. So I've declared them the Oath of Moment target. So I can reroll all hits and I've got +1 to wound. And if Poodle pops hard as nails on them to make them -1 to wound, that'll cancel each other out. And maybe 5-up and vulnerable save. There's a 5-up and vulnerable save, 5-up feel no pain, plus Makari, 2-up and vulnerable save when we get to Not Gaz. I'm not sure I'm going to do much damage, but the idea is to try and slow them a little bit because I think the Orks are going to push hard on this flank and I'm going to push hard on the other flank. In the middle, we're taking area denial and Sol Garrow is out as well. And round this side, I didn't Oath of Moment because with the Predators, with the Typhoons, with the Land Raiders, with all of this, I should have enough guns. So the Razorback is cleansing. This is the only cleansing that I'm doing. The Land Raiders taking area denial. And then I should have enough guns to clear away these. And there's knobs. There's knobs inside that battle wagon. Sorry, that truck. And there's a banner flowing in the breeze.
Looks like Bloodtooth.
It looks like Bloodtooth to me. It looks like it's the War Boss. So that's why Sol Garrow is out, because that truck should be popped open. And then we can go charging in there as well. Mind you, all of them right now have 5-up and vulnerable saves, and all of them have power claws as well. That is a full unit of knobs. But we do need to break through here, so let's unleash hell. So the Razorback's cleansing, it's not shooting. Then I fired all the bolt guns into a toughness 9, 2-up save, Death Dread. They all bounced. But we're on to the 2 plasmas in that squad coming in to the Death Dread. Obviously overcooking. And 2 of them hit. And they don't wound. And I don't lose any to hazardous. Brilliant. Okay. Let's keep shooting. Let's carry on with the first Typhoon up here. Here's the heavy bolters. And that's sustained. And then it's going to need 5s. And there's 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. It takes 4 damage.
Half dead.
2 missile launchers come in. One of them hits, one of them misses, and doesn't go boom. So it's half dead already on 4 wounds. So surely the Dreadnought can take it down, and that frees it up to charge further up the battlefield. So here's 2 multi-misses. They both hit. They both hit. And one of them wounds. That's a 5-up and Vun. And that's a 2. And this is D6 plus 2 damage. That's a dead Death Dread. We do melt it apart, and it doesn't go boom. It just turns to a pool of slag. Let's keep the firepower flowing. 2 Typhoons up here into the buggy in the backfield. 2 missiles hit. 1 missile wounds. It's a 5-up save. That's not a 5-up save, and that is 3 damage.
Make a track scrap jet.
The what now?
Make a track scrap jet.
That thing is down to how many wounds?
Down to 6.
Okay, that's after heavy bolters as well. So Typhoon number 3. One of the missiles hits. It doesn't wound. Let's get the heavy bolters on camera this time. 2 of them hit. And nothing. Okay, that's 3 Typhoons into that thing, and it's still at what's it? That's it. Right. Okay, Predator shooting at it. We'll shoot at it with a Predator. Las cannons. One of them hits. And it... Damn it. Okay, Predator autocannon not in rapid fire range. 2 of them hit. Strength 9 needs 3s. 1 of them wounds, but there is cover in the way, so a 4. That takes 3 wounds off of it. It's down to 3 remaining. I haven't cracked it open. So what we're gonna do is put 3 heavy bolters from the Land Raider into it, and then all the other shots from the Land Raider into the truck, because I want to crack the truck and Soul Garrow. Charge the chocolatey goodness. So here's the heavy bolters. Try and get this mega traps, grab that thing. That's sustained. We need 5s. There's a wound.
Twin linked.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. There's a wound. Another 4-up save with all the cover. We get it down to 1 wound, but it's not cracked open. 1 wound. Okay. And then loads of lance cannons, point blank range, into truck. 1 hit.
Doesn't even wound.
No. Right, there's a multi-melter on the... It flips out of the pintle thing and the multi into the truck. Both of them hit. 1 of them wounds. This is a 5-up invulnerable save. You can make a save. I believe in you. I believe in Harvey Dent. There we go. You made the save.
As the Orc, if you believe it, it does happen.
Okay, so it looks like we're charging the truck. But there's two Stormbolters here that can see the mega trap, the thing on a wound. And then the other guns will go into the truck. So let's do the 2 Stormbolters into the scrap jet. We hit that many times. We need a 5. We get a 5.
You can do it.
We get a 5.
4-up save.
That's I can't see it. Flat on the table.
It's not flat.
It's not flat. Well, I can't even see. That's a save. That's a save. Still on a wound. Then Stormbolters into truck. Those were the saves from the 2 wounds. So we do a wound. We do a wound on truck. And then there is Assault Cannon. This is going to need 5s, but 6s are devastating. There's another wound into a truck. And another 4-up save. It's down to 9 remaining. So the scrap jet's going to get off. But we're going to double charge the truck with Terminators and Dreadnought. Okay. Right. I hoped for more, but the charge will be fine. Coming around this side to Oath of Moment target. War Boss Bloodteeth is about to get lit up by a hail of firepower. So you are Art of Nailsing it.
Art as nails.
Yeah, so I got +1 to wound with Oath, -1 to wound because you're thing. So that all cancels out. Let's start with last cannons. Razorback hits, wounds, 5 invulnerable save. And you make it. Brilliant. That's a good start. And then 4 las cannons from the team. We moved, so it's 4s to hit, but Oath of Moment. And then it's 2s to wound.
3s. It's 3, sir.
Strength 12, +1 to wound, -1 to wound. Yeah. So, yeah. 4-up saves from the cover. I'm firing over the rock pile.
Not
you
good.
fail them both.
Yeah.
Right, the first one does 3 damage. Feel no pains on the Meganobs. Okay, 1's alive on a wound. Yep. And then the second one does 7 damage. Kills one of them. There's no amount of feel no pain that can take a 7 damage lads cannon to a head. And then that was a headshot. That's definitely what happened there. And then we're on to Land Raider. I mean, we're going to charge them. So all the guns might as well keep firing and firing and firing and firing into your war boss. Right, let's start with a multi-mister, which I've got Oath. Damn it. And it's a 3 to wound. There's a wound. Right, 5-up and run.
Yes.
Damn it. Keep shooting off bits they don't need. Right, here is the Assault Cannon in the nose.
That's good.
Strength 6, toughness 6. So it's going to be 4s with twin linked. No devastating there. They're all 2-up saves. And a feel no pain. Okay.
Feels another bit of pain.
Then a blizzard of hurricane bolter shots, re-rolling the hit. And then it's 5s to wound you, causing 5 wounds. And then they're also twin linked. It is a blizzard. But this blizzard wants to be firing at boys rather than meganobs. So these are all going to get 2-up saves. Like throwing gravel at a dustbin lid.
That's pretty much what you're doing.
2-up saves. And I feel no pain. 2 got through.
Yes, one of these.
2 got through.
Yes, that's a wound.
Damn it. Okay. We're doing again with lots of Terminator firepower.
Yeah.
And if 7 up saves, surely he falls. Surely he falls.
Oh,
that one's pretty cocked, yeah. And then feel no pains.
How hard as nails is he? He's extremely hard. Imagine how annoying it must be to have someone rolling 5 up, feel no pains.
Yeah, I never take armies with lots of 5 up, feel no pains. Apart from all the times what I do. Right, we're smiting. We're smiting. This will work. How many shots? 2 shots. Right, 2's to hit because Terminator squad. We both hit. 4's to wound.
Sustained.
Sustained. Yes, yes. Thank you. Glad you're here. 4's to wound. Yep. They all wound. They're all -2.
-2 is 4 up saves.
Yes.
Come on, blood thief.
You fail one of them. A flash of electricity erupts from Chief Librarian Sagan Mir's hand and does 3 damage to that Meganob who's reeling.
Oh no, you do take it.
He's finally down, but do I burn my brain out with a hazardous check? He doesn't. And now there's still some more firepower. We've got 2 shots from the missile launcher, which both of them hits, and that's sustained. And then 3's to wound. They all wound, and they're all 4 up and buns. 4 up saves. Yeah. Okay, 1 goes through for D6 damage. I've killed 2 so far. I've made this look easy, haven't I?
Not so much.
4 damage. 4 feel no pains.
I can do it. Need a couple of 5s.
No,
I don't. You kill one.
That's the 3rd one down. That leaves War Boss Bloodteeth stood there reeling with 2 of his coterie, 2 of his Meganobs left with him, and that is the end of my shooting phase. The idea was to weaken them. I've weakened them. Now we'll charge these war bikers right in front. We go flying in. Then we move across to the centre where the tank has area denial, where Solgaro declares a charge into that truck, and that's a 12. He goes flying in there, and the Dreadnought is going to try and kung fu kick it as well. And the Dreadnought rolls a 6. And that's enough for the Dreadnought to get in there, and we're spending a CP on tank shot. The plan here is, if the Dreadnought can rip it open, then the Terminator's charged, so then we can pile into the closest enemy unit within 3. Maybe we get to the chocolatey goodness on the inside. So here's the shocking of the tank from the Ancient Brother. And it does 4 mortal wounds. Truck's on 5 wounds remaining. Then the Dreadnought punches it 3 times. Needs 3s to wound it. Wounds it 3 times. You need to make 2 of these invulnerable saves to keep the truck alive. You make 1. So when the Dreadnought thumped through that chassis and the knobs disembarked, 2 of them didn't make it. 2 of them died to mortal wounds as they scrabbled out. The Dreadnought fist punched straight through that tin can and pulverized 2 of the knobs that were on the inside. And that means the unit of Terminators can now pile into them, but you've put them all on that side, so that limits the amount of attacks that I can actually get in there. So we pile in. I've left a little gap like that, so only 4 of the Terminators can fight. Brother Captain Solgaro is not in the fight, but let's raise our power fists and hit them on 3s. Knobs are naturally -1 to wound.
As long as your strength is higher than mine.
So it's 4s.
5 up invuns.
5 up or death, yes.
Oh,
4 more. So there's 4 left, all with power fists, and the fanboy there, the secondary war boss. Yep. They'll fight back in a minute. First we'll come over here though and do a chunk of Terminators into war bikers, and we're hitting them on 3s with power fists. 6s are sustained, and then wounding them on 3s. And many 5 up and vulnerable saves.
Many? How many?
Not enough. Not enough. No. And we consolidate forward onto the objective, but not forward enough to stop you scoring that. He's shouting a challenge, yelling at them, and we'll get to round 2 next turn. For now, however, on the other side of the battle grid, I appear to have poked a beehive. There's a lot of power claw attacks coming straight back at me.
The mini Bloodteeth.
Mini Bloodtooth.
Wannabe Bloodteeth.
Yeah.
Who gets 9 attacks in the WAP.
I know.
It's a lot.
Yes.
Hitting on 2s.
Yes. 6s explode.
6s explode.
You put that one right back in again. Okay.
Use a strength 11, so 3s.
2s to wound. Yeah. Okay. And then 4 up and vulnerable saves. Each doing 2 damage. You just kill one. Just one for now.
So these hit on 3s because they're led by a war boss.
Yeah.
6 explode.
Yeah. 2s to wound now. Because of wow things. That's a lot of ones. Is that 5 ones?
6 ones.
That's 6 ones. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Emperor protects, my friend. The Emperor protects. Does he protect?
Does he?
Another one's dead. Another one's dead. And
3.
it doesn't protect that much. Because at the end of all of that fight, I've got a Terminator left with Solgaro. This push on this flank didn't work out as well as I hoped it would. And if you hadn't rolled those 28 ones to wound or something, you could have overwhelmed me there. So there's still a presence. Plus there's still 30 boys over here. And you've got a unit that can deep strike in and some grots that can be sneaky and come around the edges. And I haven't even touched him yet. I have weakened down his warband. We have cleansed an objective and we have got the centre for area denial, and it's been bloody, it's been brutal, it's been painful, and it's about to get brutal as we go on to Orks, turn 2. Adding up all the secondaries, then the primaries for the Orks, they are 5 points behind. It's 20 points to the Space Marines, 15 to the Orks, and they need to extend their battle lines, which they're already doing, and bring down one of those tanks. And if they achieve both of these orders, they'll be ahead at the end of turn 2. So in turn 2, the second unit of sneaky grots haven't snuck onto the battlefield this turn, and these guys, rummaging through all the loot, haven't found an extra CP. Neither are the Storm Boys hurtling down from the sky for now. There's no need to bring them on, and the wire fades across this battlefield, and as it fades across the battlefield, the guy with the wire banner in the middle keeps yelling war.
Yep.
He keeps yelling war. He's going to run straight forward, punch that Land Raider. I've already popped the tactical doctrine, so tagging up the Land Raider is a plan. So there's a mini war, and as they're extending battle lines, they need to bring something down, and there's 2 bubble chuckers over here plus this thing. And they're all looking at the Razorback. It looks like it's the easiest target, either the Razorback or the Dreadnoughts. That is bring it down targets. I'll probably be popping smoke to defend myself against all of that. And then there's another unit of boys. Now, I've got a Terminator and Brother Captain Solgaro. They're going to fight those knobs first, take a couple of them down. So if this unit of boys can get rid of one of the Terminators before I fight first, then that makes things interesting. Also, if I pull away the Terminator, then, which I'll have to, then Solgaro won't be able to hit them at all.
No.
So they're coming in to rescue the wannabe war boss, who's normally the war boss, but there's a bigger war boss right now, and Orks listen to the bigger war boss. And talking about the bigger war boss, all the way around here. Right, there is a world where all the Terminators die to shooting. You ran forward onto this objective here with the Pain Boys unit. There is a world where they all die to shooting. There is the Shock Dump Dragster, there's the Bubble Chucker, there's the shocker. There's a lot of guns coming this way, and if they all die, or a lot of them die, then a potential charge into Land Raider? Let's face it, they're probably going to be charging the Terminators. I mean, they are beaky bosses, and Blood Teeth likes he likes nothing better than bashing beaky bosses, and all the beaky bosses in their archels there. So the Terminators could not be here. The Terminators on the other flank could not be here. That would get rid of most of my punchy units rather than the Dreadnoughts. So then I'll only have guns left as the Orks continue to pour forward. It's been a slaughter fest so far, and can the Orks keep up this slaughter fest as we go into their shooting phase? So starting with the Flash Gits, who stay still again, aiming their guns with their best of their Orky ability down at Chief Librarian Sagan Mir and the Terminator squad. Jewelfang himself can't see what's going on. I'm completely in the open. I'm going to get shot by a lot of guns, so we are armor of contempting this. I'd rather try and keep some of those Terminators alive. I'd rather you charge them and not the Land Raider with your big nasty Meganobs.
So these will be hitting on 4s,
yes,
with full rerolls because of Badrak,
okay,
Jewelfang, and sustained hits. They're no longer lethal because that was a one-off thing.
That was a one-off thing, right.
So it's sustained and rerolls.
Right. 4s. All the hits so far. Here's a chunk of re-rolls and some more 6s. In the end, only missing 3 shots. Strength 6.
Strength 6.
3s to wound. So bajillion wounds.
But 2-up saves because of armour. Of contempt, drop dice don't count, and that was a 1.
That certainly doesn't count.
Yes. 2 damage a time. I rolled
A lot.
1. So Blood Teeth has got Mork's Raw, and he's going to spray into them as well. Hits on 5 though. He still hits on Orks, but it's a lot of shots. Force the wound. Drop dice don't count. Any AP to this? That was 5 wounds.
Yep.
No AP. So 1-1 and he falls over.
Or 5 ones.
Drop dice don't count. There's no ones. Hard rounds splash into the Terminators from all angles, but the Terminator plate holds firm. And now Bubble Chucker, wom up. That's the noise it makes.
That's the anti-infantry.
Wom.
But it's anti-light infantry, not anti-Terminator.
Okay. 2d6 shots with blast.
Yep.
Okay.
This is going into Terminators.
Yes. That is 6 shots.
He hits on Grot, but rerolls 1s because of the shock attack mech, which I forgot last time.
Okay.
So
there's a 1, right.
No. 3s.
3's the wound. Need 3-up saves.
Yes.
That Terminator does fall. Shock attack gun, same target. Number of shots is
7.
Oh dear.
So he hits on 4s because he stood still.
Okay. And that's 3 hits. That's pretty good hitting for an orc.
For an orc, that's pretty tasty.
Snotlings appearing in Terminator trouser legs.
Yep.
Going to wound on 3s as they bite at our toes and bite at our knees. And that one's really cocked. And that is 3 wounds, and the AP is
It's lots, so it's
it's you don't have much armor save when they're inside the armor.
Yeah.
I need invulnerable saves. I don't make 2 invulnerable saves. I have a command point left. I'm not command pointing it because you bring it down and I want to pop smoke on the other side. So D6 on 1 Terminator. And and the other one, you're right, okay. So Snotlings appear in the trouser legs and chew their legs to death. There's 2 of them remaining with Saganmere. So what do you want to do with the shock jump thing? You want to precision out Saganmere?
I do. We'll start with the rockets.
Okay, D3 on the rockets. We have 1 shot with a rocket, which actually hits something and wounds on a 3. It doesn't wound anything. Right, on a 3 with this custom shock rifle, it's precision. You might be able to snipe out.
Saganmere.
That's a 2. Do you want a command point?
No.
You don't want. Okay, right, fine.
It's all about the. It looks good. It sounds good.
I know. I've got a couple of these, but no, they're not. No. So that's the firepower for this flank. Then we moved across. The wire banner's screaming wire, so no shots in the middle. But down this side, we had some pistols smack into a dreadnought, and pistols from knobs in close combat put one of those Terminators down to 2 wounds remaining. And then the last few guns are looking to bring it down still. You're going to shoot at that Razorback?
I'm going to go for the Razorback.
Okay, we are frantically mashing the smoke canister button. And it has D6 plus 2 shots with its missiles. 4 shots with its missiles. And then hitting on 6s because of the smoke. Nothing, right. And then loads of Dagger guns.
He's got lots of Dagger guns hitting on 6s.
6s on these guys. There's a hit. You've got 2 hits. Nice.
5s.
Yes, and twin linked. So there's 1. There's 2.
No,
Here's some saves. There's some saves. So the bubbles. We're onto the bubble chuckers. What guns do they have? Do you only roll once?
Well, no, it's each gun.
Each gun. Oh, okay, right, okay.
So I'll roll. I want a 5 or a 6 basically for
a 1 and a 5. And because the Razorback pops smoke, the Grot crew can't see it anymore, so they're shooting at the dreadnought.
Yep.
D3 shots with the big bubble. For 3 shots with the big bubble.
Hitting on 4s.
And on Grot, yeah. No, okay.
Reroll 1s because you're not injured.
Okay.
I remembered that this time. Yes,
there's a hit.
It's going to wound on 3s. Doesn't wound.
Damn it. Command point is happening.
Yeah.
Command point.
3 up to wound.
Okay.
Come on, Gross.
All right.
Oh!
A 2 into a 2.
Yes.
Right. 2d6 shots with the other bubble.
Yeah.
A dispersed bubble. Only 4.
That's not going to be enough to kill it.
4s. That is re-rolling the 1.
Yes.
And then 5s. We are in the open.
1.
It needs a 3. It takes a wound. If only the dense bubble had gone pop right on it instead of over its head. So around this flank, that was the orc shooting.
Yep.
They were told to bring it down. They didn't bring something down. But now we've got some charges. We have the boys charging into all these Terminators. That's an 8. Yep. They angry. That's the boys' secret. They're always angry. And then up the gut, that's an auto into the Land Raider to tie it up and bog it down as boys scrabble all over the hull. And they start hitting the Land Raider with a WoW banner as well. He's got OC of 5 as well, so that's put me off of that objective. I'll only have that one and this one. Then Blood Teeth over here.
Yep.
Terminators or Land Raider. Quick measure later. You're going into both. I approve of this message. You need 4.
No CP. I need a
no
4.
CP, yeah. And that's a 7. You're good. So we'll start the fight phase. Blood Teeth hitting Segamir's unit and the Terminators.
And the sweep, the Sauron sweep worked so well.
Last turn.
Time. Yeah, I'm going to do it again.
Okay. So he hits on 2s. 6s explode.
Yep.
Strength 8 plus 1 a wound. 2s to wound.
More 1s!
4 up and buns. 2 damage a time. You kill 1 and a bit. 2. No. You kill 2 Terminators. Chief Librarian Segamir stood there. Makari's hitting him as well.
Yep.
Meganob's hitting tank.
Yeah. Yep.
Is Makari's only a grot, right? Surely he can't do anything.
He's a bit rubbish. It's dev wounds, so
is it?
It might happen.
Right.
Hits on a 3.
No. Does he get +1 to hit with?
Yeah, that was hits on a 4 becomes a 3.
Okay.
Then
so
the
we're going to turn and face you.
Yes, that's fair enough.
And face you. Right. So 3s to hit.
Only 4 attacks, unfortunately.
Yeah, no wow.
No. So hitting on 3s, 6s explode.
There's an exploding one. Right, okay.
Strength 12.
With +1 a wound. Yeah, toughness so 12.
3s. Re-rolling because it's twin linked.
Okay. You don't need the re-roll. And these are AP -3, right?
AP 3, damage 2.
Okay, not going to kill the tanks, but really hurt it. 5s. And at the end of that greedy double charge, Chief Librarian Segamir still stood there uninjured. The Land Raiders on 7 wounds remaining. I mean, they are Meganobs. They do like a bit of armour. They're looking at this thing thinking that would make a sweet ride. So we can fight back here in a minute. But before then, we've got another charge right up the gut into the second Land Raider. Not with WoW banner, with claws.
Hits on 3s.
Okay. And then the other knob.
Hits on 4s.
Right.
5 to wound.
Yes. 2 wounds. 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. Land Raider takes 2 damage. And then a lot of choppers. With 24 attacks.
Hitting on 3s.
6s explode. And 6s to wound. I see 5 6s. That is 5 3-up saves. Takes 2 more damage. And that's the Land Raider down to 12 wounds remaining, with Orks swarming all over the hull and the Land Raider tied up. Then we got the fight over here into Sol Garrow's unit, and there's a Terminator only on 2 wounds remaining, and you got a claw.
Power claw coming in,
and it hits once.
Yeah, it doesn't explode. Wounds on not that.
It doesn't wound. Remaining boys have 27 attacks.
3 6s explode.
And 5s to wound. 7 3-up saves. That Terminator falls. And so at the end of that Ork charge, the Terminator Elite on the right and left have been completely cut down. And that means Sol Garrow can't swing at the knobs, swing back at the knobs here. The Terminator Elite have gone. My 2 HQs are still standing. So let's do a fight back. He has the Honor Vehement. He has an extra strength, an extra attack. And swings out 7 times with his relic weapon and hits every single time. And this will just kill on 3s, chopping Orcs' heads off. It's a Tuesday for a Space Marine. He decapitates 5 of them. Then down on the other side of the battlefield, my second hero, Segamir, raises his Force Axe, hits 3 times. He's going to wound on 3s. Wounds once. Meganobs will have a 3-up save against that, which they fail, and he buries the Force Axe into one of the skulls and does. Only 1 mortal wound. It's a very thick skull. Then the Land Raider revved its engines as well, and while Segamir was burying an axe in his head, it trapped his toe, put a Meganoble down to 1 wound remaining. Then the Land Raider in the middle revved its engine and did nothing. With the wah screaming over here, they made their invulnerable saves. These guys are on a high. And that's the end of Orks. Turn 2, and you've tagged both of the Land Raiders. See, there is a strat to allow me, because I've already done the tactical dog from fullback shooting charge, and so if that's done, I do have a strat where I can do it with one Land Raider, but not both Land Raiders. And what of my Librarian? Do I want to try and keep him alive? Do I want to try and keep Sol Garro alive on the other side of the battlefield? I think I want to keep Sol Garro alive. And so with battle erupting across every single quarter of this battlefield, the Orks didn't bring it down, but they've definitely extended their battle lines to make it 19 points to 20. There's just 1 point in it for the Space Marines. At least I get 2 objectives. These 2 objectives down here. Lots of the punch has been ripped from my army, though. We're going to have to rely on the guns and thin down this horde one more time as we go on to turn 3. Brother Captain Sol Garro screams over the Vox, kill them all, and the order to take no prisoners has gone out. I'm also going to be tempted with a target, and I've already used my adapt or die twisty things, so I can't recycle that one without using a CP, and I want to keep my CP. I need to fall back and shoot something. At the end of the movement phase, and much thinking later, this is where we end up. This is the target that you attempted me with, and I can't take it. I was thinking about moving, and I was thinking about Oath of Momenting them, flying into them. I can't bring enough firepower to bear against that Pain Boy unit over there. So Segimir has just fallen back. He's stood there yelling at them. I won't take the tempting target, but instead, what I can do is try and kill Blood Teeth. So here's the Oath of Moment target. Land Raider not shooting, Segimir not shooting, but lots and lots of las cannons will be, because with adaptive strategy, I spent the CP to fall back and shoot with Nat Land Raider, las cannon Devastator team, las cannon Raider. There's a lot of las cannons here. How many 2-up invulnerable saves can Makari make is the question. Blood Teeth should still be stood there at the end, and he'll be in a target-rich environment. It's just which one does he want to rip open? And we've done that. So, because you're on 3 objectives right now, we fell back with that one because I need to shoot the unit with the WoW banner off the central objective. So to do that, we have Predator and a couple of Speeders. Thanks for giving me this end, by the way.
Yeah.
When you got to big table. This is a really nice sniper nest for the Typhoons up here, and I'm taking it. So we need to nail off quite a few of them, because Land Raider has an OC of 5. And your WoW from the WoW banner will go next turn.
Yep.
But they do all have OC2. So that's a lot of firepower that needs to go in. And then around this side, we didn't really move anything. Everything is where we want to be. I don't want to be any closer to those Orks as I possibly... I don't want to be any closer to them. The Dreadnought can go charging in and rescue Sol Garro, but all the guns that we have here need to kill Warboss Wannabe ×2. And that Scrapjet, still on 1 wound. That needs to die. So we're starting here with the Tactical Squad and the Rhino, firing bolters into the Knobs unit, and they all bounced. But we've got a couple of overcooking plasma guns in rapid fire range, and 2 of them hit. You have -1 to wound. You're a Knob unit, but they that one wounds at least. Yep. You need a 6.
Nope.
It's not a 6. Hazardous. And these plasma, we know how to use our plasma. None have blown up in our face yet. The Stormbolter from the Razorback fired in. That bounced. But what of the Heavy Bolter? 1 hit. Okay. Re-rolling. Nothing. But what of the Dreadnought? What if the Dreadnought stood right in front of him? Here's the Stormbolter in rapid fire range. We do wound. 4-up save.
No.
And I should have fired the multi-melter first, which hits both of the times and will evaporate 2 of them because you're in multi-melter range. Finally, we're on to Typhoon. So what we're going to do is put the Heavy Bolter into the Knobs, and the missiles are going into that Scrapjet. Here's the missiles. One of them hits, and it wounds.
Oh no!
5-up save or death.
Death.
Yay! We finally took it down.
Explode.
It would be nice if he did.
He does.
The explosion hurt the Dreadnought, hurt Sol Garro, killed a boy, injured one of those Knobs. Now the Heavy Bolters stitch into the Knobs, and there's a sustained. We're going to wound them on 4s. We wound them twice. 2 more 4-up saves. Lots of cover in the way. And we kill that one. That got and Bad Teeth Part 2. Blood Tooth Part 2. He's injured twice.
He is.
And he's on 4 wounds remaining. Now, before we get back to... right. Firepower in the middle. Firepower in the middle onto the War Banners unit. Starting off with Predator. And you are?
I'm going to Ardus Nails.
Ardus Nails?
See if I can...
Yeah, if you keep a couple alive in there, then you'll score that objective and that objective and the one in the back, and you'll pull ahead on the points. So las cannons from the Pred both hit, and it's going to be 3s to wound you because of Ardus Nails. They both wound. 5 up, War Banner saves. You're still screaming War in the middle.
No.
6 shots with Predator Auto Cannon. Hits on 3s, and with Ardus Nails it's going to be 4s to wound. And those are 5 up and vulnerable saves again. And you only lose 1 more. Have to keep firing them in. I'm going to do both of the Typhoons together, okay? We're just going to do straight shots with the crack missiles. There's no point doing the frag ones because they're strength 4 and at -1 to wound. It's going to be 6s to wound you. So we just want straight shots. And it's going to be 3s with all the missiles and they all hit. And it's going to be 4s with all the missiles. And that's 2 wounds, 2 more 5 up and buns. And you only lose 1 more, okay. And then heavy bolter time. Chugga, chugga, chugga. No sustained, damn it. And strength 5, toughness 5, -1 to wound is 5s to wound. 2 more wounds. 2 more invulnerable saves.
This could be... I need both of these, really.
And you fail 1, fail 2.
That's...
And that was just enough. They're hard as nails, but it was just enough to kill off enough orcs from the central objective and make sure the Land Raider scores it. Okay, right. It's working. Coming around here, we're going to put a lot of las cannons into Blood Tiv. Right, here's a Razorback. That hits. And 2s to wound. There's a las cannon. You're in a bit of cover, so 4 up saves. No. And that does only 2 damage.
It doesn't matter. One's on
oh yeah, one was injured. Yeah, right. Okay. Then the 4 Devastator las cannon guys, they had to move. So with a reroll. And then 2s to wound you with las cannons. There's 2 more 4 up saves on that guy. Or 1 at a time.
Yeah. No. Dead.
That kills him.
Right. On to Makari now.
Makari. 2 up invulnerable save. That's a 3. 5 las cannons down. 4 more on the central Land Raider. Are you feeling lucky?
Yeah, punk.
Okay, 3s to hit. Oath of Moment. 2s to wound. 3 wounds. 1 at a time on Makari. He's a lucky little grot.
He is.
He's still lucky. He's very lucky. Tanks all the invulnerable. Right.
Touching to the left and to the right.
Multi misses. They both hit. +1 to wound. They both wound.
Makari, how do
Yes.
you find how you dodge the heat blast? Oh, he's gone.
That's a 1. And then a 4 up in one, guys.
Could really... No.
No. D6 plus 2 damage at strength. I don't have any CP.
Yeah.
For 4 damage. Then bolter of the heavy variety with oath. And then I need 5s. Twin, that was a 6. Twin linked. That's a 2 up save. He's all over the rock pile. He's good. And we breathe a sigh of relief. That's the end of my sheet. I didn't think I'd get through the little snotling there. So he's on 6 wounds remaining. Nothing here is going to charge. I'm not going to charge him.
Really?
He's a problem.
I can only charge one thing.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to charge the Devastators or the thing there. In the middle, we've got you off of that objective. And then over here, this Dreadnought is going to go charging into the boys who dared to engage Solgaro and try and rescue my captain. Not that he doesn't need rescuing. He doesn't need rescuing. Oh dear. But he's an ancient brother and he likes punching Xenos. So that's what's going on. And he punches them on 3s and he's just killing them on 2s. And that was enough to wipe the squad. The plan was to break through on this flank, and at the end of turn 3, we've finally broken through on this flank. It took us an extra turn. The middle of the battlefield is also a boy 3 zone. There's still quite a lot of problems around here. There's still 5 storm boys jumping around all over the place. There's still bubble chuckers and shock attack guns in the backfield. The boys, the orcs, still have a number of assets to draw from. So with the Space Marines picking up 5 points for no prisoners and the boys picking up 10 points on the primaries. And with Blood Teeth very, very angry. Let's go on to Orks turn 3. At the start of Orks turn 3, it's 29 points to 35. The Space Marines are 6 points in the lead. But the Orks, they want Area Denial and bring it down. Basically kill the Land Raider in the middle of the battlefield. If they manage to do that, they'll achieve both of these things and pull themselves into the lead. In the Orks turn, while the Grots in the backfield keep rummaging for CP and not finding it, the order goes out. A roaring bellow goes out to bring down this Land Raider. So Blood Teeth is coming in. This unit is probably going in as well. The Storm Boys descended upon wings of fire and landed safely.
They did.
Somehow. And that's another potential 9-inch charge. And then there's also some guns that can go into it from the Shock Attack Charm, Bubble Chucker, these guys over here. But the Flash Gits, depending on how well the shooting goes, the Flash Gits could fire up this way as well. But take down the Land Raider. That gets rid of 4 Las cannons, gets rid of my biggest, healthiest transport, and gets all the objective points. Gets the Orks into the lead. Meanwhile, we're going to have potential charges over here and more Bubble Chucker shots coming out. And around here, we've got some more guns, either into Land Raider or something. And Sagamir is going to get charged by a massive unit with a Pain Boy attached. Yeah. So there's a couple of claws in there as well, pushing the Space Marines back. And then, also in turn 3, a unit of Grots. I don't know where they've been all the battle, but they've snuck on from the back. This is 5 inches up, so if they make a 9-inch charge,
it's just annoying.
Even though they're really, really tiny, they will be in engagement range of the speeder and manage to tie it up.
I imagine they basically form a little ladder. Each standing
on a little ladder.
And then just feeding themselves into the air intakes.
Yes, one on shoulders, one on shoulders, one on shoulders. Let's clog up.
Head cut off. But
and these Grots down here, one's got a bow and arrow, one's got a scarf as a weapon.
But that's why they're not very good at shooting.
Yeah, because that's
actually what they've got.
That's all they were able to scrounge up from the boys. Some were able to steal some pistols, but that's a potential. And then also, if there's Grots in the backfield, what am I going to do? Ignore them? I'm going to have to put some shots down into them because you could get behind enemy lines, or there's secondaries that could come out. Maybe they snuck back there for a reason, and I love the fact that the Orks are engaging pretty much on every single quarter of the battlefield. Right, can they bring down this tank? And it's just been absolutely brutal. Will there be anything left when we get to turn 5? So we're starting with Blood Teeth. As he trundles towards that tank there, he flicks the gun over his shoulder and shoots everything at the Devastators. He's got 16 shots hitting on Ork. 3 to wound. And then Ceramite Plate. It holds firm, we're good. Then pistol shots rattled into Saganmir's Terminator Plate and don't cause a wound. This unit again, they're just lining up, getting ready to charge. And now we come across the Shock Attack Gun and the Bubble Chucker. Yeah. So let's find out what bubble comes out of the Bubble Chucker gun.
That's where the Shock Attack gun's aiming.
There's a snotling.
He's waving a flag.
Inside the tank, yeah. Okay.
Bubble Chucker.
Bubble Chucker is a 3. D6 shots, mid-sized bubble for 5 shots.
2.
Hits on 4s.
Rerolling 1s.
There's a 1. And we have 4 hits. Right, strength of this.
Hits to be less than the 12, so it'll be 5 to wound. It's
okay.
9.
Right. No, nothing at all. So Shock Attack Gun. 1/1/1's up.
2. Once per battle, I can spend that to re-roll the number of shots.
Okay. He eats a snotling, he eats a spar.
5 times.
Hits on 4s. Re-rolls 1s. There's a 1. And that is 4 hits. 5's to wound the Land Raider. We have a wound on the Land Raider.
8 before.
That's a 1.
D6 damage.
Right. That's 5 damage.
That's good, we like that.
Those snotlings inside that Land Raider are causing havoc right now, ripping apart fuel lines and pulling out precious machine spirit memory cores and things. Okay, it's on 7 remaining. Then small arms erupted in the middle of the battlefield into either Terminator Plate or tanks, and they're Terminators and tanks, so they bounced. Well, it was Ork shooting mainly, and now we're on to the Flash Gits. So 4 of them can shoot Solgaro, so they're shooting at him.
Yep.
The other 6...
the other 4 plus
The other 4
dual
plus...
fang are going to go into Land Raider.
Shooting at Land Raider.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm overcooking
Right.
dual fang's gun. So these are the ones into Solgara.
Right. But
So
you moved this time.
I moved, and I've only got 3 shots each because it's not the closest target.
Right.
But I am sustained, and I get rerolls.
Okay. Good. Well, you're going to need it. That was bad. Re-rolling. Okay, then wounds on 3s. Right, that's a lot of wounds.
Yeah. AP 1.
Yeah, it's a lot of 3-up saves. 2 damage a time, right?
It is.
He's on 5 wounds.
Yeah. Oh, he's a hero.
He's still fine. So then a lot of shots in the Land Raider. Not their choicest target.
No.
Still got the reroll and the sustained, though. But it's going to be 6s to wound.
Yeah. Nothing.
And there are no wounds.
And then Dual Fang's...
Dual Fang?
Dual Fang's
yes.
gun.
Right.
Same thing.
He hits, and there's a couple of sustains. Okay.
5s to wound.
Right. Better gun.
Yeah.
Of course it's a better gun. There's a wound.
There's a wound.
AP 3, damage 3, big rock in the way.
Yeah.
4. I got a 6. And it's hazardous. And he doesn't blow his own head off, which is always a bonus when orcs fire their weaponry.
First time he gets to shoot.
So we did some grots in the backfield, shooting bows and arrows, shouting, nothing happened. And we're on to the shock drum dragster. Decisions need to be made whether to shoot the Land Raider some more on 7 wounds or Devastators. And you pick Devastators.
Because those D3 plus 1 rockets.
Yes. Is 3 rockets.
Hitting on Orc. Nothing.
Nothing.
And the rifle.
Hits. 2s to wound. Wounds. That's nasty.
I have a feeling.
That kills one. So shoots one of the Devastators in the head. It's also hazardous, and that failed.
Yes.
And so it overcooked a little bit, and the shock drum is down to 6 wounds remaining, and we've got some bubble chuckers on the other side of the battlefield now. And let's see what they are. What sort of bubbles? Anti-infantry bubbles. And there is my captain there, and he's a boss knob, clearly. Boss beaky.
Yep.
So all the shots are going to try and bring him down. Starting off with...
Do the big wobbly... The anti-horde. Number of shots.
5 shots.
5 shots. And no rerolls because he's injured.
You hit 3 times.
3s to wound.
Yeah. That is 2 wounds.
Okay.
2 more 3-up saves. Can he keep making them? He goes down to 4 wounds remaining. Okay. And then the other bubble has D6 shots?
D6, yep.
For 2 shots?
Who's on
4,
4?
yeah. 4s? They
Both
both hit. Strength?
Strength is 9 and 3s.
Still 3s to wound.
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
Nothing.
He gets coated in very
liquid, yeah.
very liquid, and he's still fine. A bit slippery though. So after a couple of really good orc shooting phases, we're back to normal orc shooting phases and not a lot dying.
I shouldn't be disappointed.
But we have got a chunk of charges coming up. Bloodtooth needs to make a charge. You've got 1 CP. He needs a snake eyes.
No, he does not need a snake eyes.
He doesn't. He doesn't want a snake. So he gets in. He gets in. Right.
Yep.
So more charges. The guy's here.
I think I might do the shock jump dragster
into the Devastators.
That's
That makes
charge.
sense to me. And that's a 12. That's a 12. It goes in there. Okay. The boys in the middle with the WoW banner and the
they will go
knob with
into
the
the
claw.
back.
Yeah.
No,
that's the snake eyes.
They are battle shocked, so that's why.
Okay.
The storm boys.
They need
a
9.
That's not.
That's a 6. So only 1 successful charge into the Land Raider. Can not Casgle Thrucker take it down? Then over here, other Bloodtooth goes into Zolgar. Of course he has to.
Yep.
Got a boss-on-boss beaky fight. And then a 9-inch charge from the Snotlings in the backfield.
No.
Snake Eyes. They don't want to go anywhere near that typhoon.
Oh, sorry, boss, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, he's just busy waving his kitchen towel above his head there. Okay, so that's the charges. So I've got 2 CP to interrupt.
Yep.
So you have to start here with Mini Bloodtooth. He's got 4 attacks now.
Yeah, I thought about using the Unbridled Carnage because he's probably not going to do it, but that's not where the points
You
are.
need Unbridled Carnage to take down the Land Raider. That's all the points. That's winning, that is. Yep. Okay, so 3s to hit. Can he be a big hero?
Ooh, he might
He hits 3 times and 2 of them explode. So he hits 5 times.
Yes.
2s to wound. He wounds every single time. It's not good, is it?
Yes, it is.
I need lots of 4s.
No, you don't. Oh,
I
look at
only
you.
take 2 wounds.
Who's the hero now?
So they're locked up. That's what hero moments are about. And I'm not going to pay 2 CB to interrupt with a Land Raider or with a Devastator squad. I'm not going to do much to that shock jump dragster over there. And
Right.
the dragster engages its saw blades.
Yep. So he's got 4 attacks on 4s.
Yep, it is a car.
It is.
Okay.
Just a couple of hits.
So rams twice.
Strength 8, so 2s to wound.
Wounds twice.
AP 1, damage 2.
And that one's really cocked. And kills 2 of them. Nice. There's only 2 Devastators left. So 2 of the Devastators get sawn in half. And then Blood Teeth is unbridled carnaging the Land Raider. So 5s explode. And I'm armor and contempting the Land Raider. This is for all the marbles. So what has he got?
He's doing his...
Not the Sauron thing, sweepy thing
he's
anymore.
doing the really big strike attack.
Overhand strike.
Yep. Right.
2s to hit?
Yes, it is still 2s to hit.
Okay. But you're looking for 5s and 6s. And there is
That's
4
why we spent the
5s and 6s. Strength 14. 3s to wound. That's too many wounds.
That's a lot of wounds.
That's more wounds than he has attacks.
But if you roll
What's the
as
AP
many-
normally?
It's AP 3,
Right. How much damage?
4.
4 damage a time?
4 damage.
So these are 4-up saves.
Yeah.
And I've got 7 wounds left.
Yeah.
2 of them, just 2 of them
Yeah.
need to get through for all the points.
Yep.
I can make all the 4s.
Anyone else, I wouldn't believe him.
I don't make all the 4s. Boom. Your warlord's right there. No boom. Let's bring it down. That's all the points for area denial. Puto, on camera earlier, you said that these guys were battle shocked. They weren't battle shocked. Do you remember you rolled like a...
I rolled a 1 and then I re-rolled it into a 6 because it was cocked.
It was cocked as all hell on the side, and then you got the 7, you passed on them.
Yes.
So they were battle shocked until you did the re-roll thing.
Yep.
Do you remember?
I do. That was because I then had to look at my...
Yes, we were double checking things
Sorry.
there. So you have got
That's
area
important.
denial. It is very important because otherwise you can get area denial. You've got another... We're talking about things that we completely forgot. There's an attack squig nibbling at Solgaro's kneecap.
Yep.
So can you hit with the squig?
I might. So this hits on 4s
Right.
and explodes.
Brilliant. Strength 4, 5's to wound.
Yep.
There's a wound.
wound.
You take another wound off?
No.
No, you can't. And now he swings back at you.
Yeah.
And he hits on 2s. With the Honour Vehement. Wounds on 3s. 3, 5+, and vulnerable saves.
He's gone.
He goes down.
Solgaro thinks he's killed Blood Teeth. But
Yeah, it's like, that was the warlord. That was the big banner. I got the greatest boss. And then over his shoulder, he hears a boom and a roar as this thing comes charging straight up the gut. Then we did the fight back with the Devastators, swinging their las cannons from the barrels into the side of this big truck. And it's a big truck. No damage was caused. And then talking about things that we forgot another charge. So here we are with the other charge. Lots of boys are mobbing Chief Librarian Sagan Mir. Here's the Power Claw from the Pain Boy and from the Boss Knob. 4s to hit. Those 6s go back in.
Nice.
And it's 3s to wound. Oh, it's only 2 wounds. Only 2 wounds. That's 2 failed saves though. He's on 1 wound remaining, and then you want to stab him with an earthy syringe.
Early syringe.
All right then.
Hits on a...
3, I think.
It's a 3+. Oh
No, the syringe breaks on the Terminator plate. Now the book gone.
I was really wanted to because it causes mortal wounds.
That's it.
Yeah, it's really nasty.
Fungus blood pumped into him.
There's a lot of attacks from boys.
Yeah, there's a lot of attacks with their blunt edge weapons raining down now. 6 wounds come through. He's got 1 wound remaining. 3 up saves. Damn it. He falls. But not really. There's a flash of a teleport Homer. He'll reappear in the Apothecarian of the Battle Barge. He's just a casualty. He will come back to fight another day. No one really ever dies in Warhammer. Except for maybe Horus, and Sanguinius, and Ferrus Manus, and Dawn. I'll argue until the day Dawn is definitely gone. And Yarrick? Is Yarrick dead? Is Yarrick dead yet? Yarrick's coming back, isn't he?
He's not dead. No.
He's not dead. He's a champion of the... Better than Kane. I do like Caiaphas Kane, though. He's definitely the champion of the Imperium more than that Yarrick fella. Anyway, at the end of turn 3, 38 points to 35 for the boys. They are winning by 3 points. And the Space Marines are only on 2 objectives. The Orks are swarming across 3 of them. I've lost the Land Raider. I've lost all my Terminators. The Devastators are tied up. At least Sol Garrog's still standing on 2 wounds remaining, but there isn't a transport nearby for him to get into. The Orks and the Space Marines are running out of assets. It's been a bloody battle, a brutal battle, as we go into Astartes turn 4. Okay, so the Space Marines have done a lot of killing, and now they want to get tactical and do some actions. They want to sabotage a thing and put a locust down, a blinky teleport homer somewhere. Okay, so I've had a unit of scouts that have been sneaking on and off around the edges of the battlefield all game, waiting for a moment like this. And they're going to establish a locust back there. That's 4 points at the end of my turn. They could sabotage for 6 points, but then they need to survive until the end of the opponent's turn, and flash gets, and they wouldn't survive. So they're just going to establish a locust back there for 4 points. As for sabotaging things, this team is sabotaging this item of terrain and needs to survive here until the end of the Orcs' turn. They're putting mines. They're mining up that cave entrance there. There's something locked in there. There's the Rhino blocking it. And because there's grots in the backfield, and because these guys can't be touched in close combat because that will interfere with their mining operation, I'm going to have to shoot them with 2 Typhoons and potentially charge them and try and lock them up. Putting them back here turns out to be a genius move. Tie them up. So that's it for the orders. As for killing stuff, well, I shouted out the assault doctrine and only 1 unit advanced, and then I re-rolled the advance with a CP. And Sol Garro, the big hero that he is charging straight down towards these bubble chuckers. Wants to cut them down. They've killed far too many noble Astartes, and they must be cut down. And there's just grots in close combat, and grots in close combat. He fancies his chances round here. As for Oath of Moment, Blood Teeth is the Oath of Moment. There's a Dreadnought. There's these tanks looking at him. There's the Devastators. They fell back inside the Razorback. The Razorback is also looking at him. And then the Land Raider. The Land Raiders lined up all of their guns to hose down the Pain Boys unit here. So if I manage to pull this off, I should be able to clear the central line and also complete all of my secondary orders. So let's go on to the shooting phase. We opened up the shooting phase in the deployment zone for the Space Marines, hosing down the grots that came back here with the 2 Typhoons. There's 2 remaining. I'm going to have to charge them with 1 of them. Talking about hosing down units, coming over here to the Land Raider, which is going to hose everything into the Pain Boys unit, minus the multi-melter, which is going into the truck that's right in front of me. Mm-hmm. Here's Hurricane Bolt of Death. Not so much. That's a lot of 1s and 2s. Not so much death. Particularly when you're shooting at Orcs, which are toughness 5, but at least we're twin-linked. Okay, 4 wounds. They're 5-up saves, re-rollable with a Pain Boy in there. That's 3 saves.
Feel my pain.
Okay, we take down 1. And the assault cannon spools up and wounds on 3s with twin link. That 6 is devastating. So those are 5-up saves. And then 2 more feel no pains. Okay, so only take down 3. Objective is sticky anyway, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. 2 multi-motor shots into Shock Jump Dragster. 1 of them hits and it doesn't wound. Okay, so we killed some grots, we killed some boys. Now we want to take down your warlord.
He's going to be hard as nails.
He's going to be hard as nails. Yeah. -1 to wound him. Okay, we are shooting him with a Razorback las cannon, which hits, and +1 to wound, -1 to wound, wounds him.
The 4-up invuln. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to write that all after.
Right. Yes. Predator firing in 2 las cannons with Oath. And then +1, -1 to wound him. There's a wound. Another 4-up invuln. Damn it. Okay.
I can do this all day.
I can do this. Right. Predator auto cannon with Oath of Moment. What's his toughness? Because this is strength 9. So it is still 3s to wound because +1, -1. And they're only -1. But they are 3 damage a time. So 3-up saves.
3-up saves.
Drop dice don't count.
Oh!
He takes 3 wounds. Then a Stormbolter fired in. And then we're on to the Razorback. So more guns with Oath. And that's sustained. Right, it's going to be 5s to wound him. With Twinky Dinky. 1 wound. 1 more 3-up save. He's still on 3 wounds remaining, and I've got 1 gun that can shoot at him. That's the Typhoon over there. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. There's also the multi-motor from the Dread as well. Right, here's the heavy Oath of Moment. Sustained. So 5s to wound him, not twin linked. Lots of cover between you and I. And so he's fine from the heavy bolter. Here's some direct shots, crack missiles. Slam into him. Strength 9, toughness
6. Doesn't wound.
Right, that was hard as nails kicking in. Right. So the Dreadnought. Right, Stormbolter point blank range into those guys, right?
Yep.
Point blank range of the boys right in front of me. We hit all the times. We need 5s to wound them. We don't wound them. Right. 2 multi-melter shots into him. Emperor, hear my prayer. 3s. Oath of Moment. 1 hit. A 3 to wound him. It wounds him. A 4-up invulnerable save. Can he do it all day?
Yes, he can.
So that is the end of the shooting phase, and that's the first time we fail to complete our Oath of Moment. Penance will be had later when we return to the battle barge. This beast is still alive on 3 wounds remaining. Yeah. And then we charged. The Dreadnought straight up the gut into the Banner boys, holding the central objective, and Sol Garrow into the guns in the backfield. And let's hit the guns in the backfield, and because the Assault Doctrine is active, he gets an extra attack. Mm-hmm. And he hits on 2s. And he misses quite a few times. He's going to wound on 3s. He wounds 3 times. And they're 6-up invulnerable saves on a shock attack gun. Mech guns.
Damage 2?
Yes. So I haven't chopped up all the grots that are manning those guns yet. They're still there. Then we come across to the Dreadnought versus Banner Buck Guy. We're hitting him on 3s. And we're wounding them on 2s. And I think that just kills the guy next to him. And I don't know if it's the Banner guy has a save.
No.
Because they're AP -2, 3 damage a time.
Boxcars, basically.
Boxcars on the Banner, basically. No, okay. The Dreadnought takes them down. That banner falls. And that's it for all the charging models. Now the grots manning the guns come spilling out of their guns. Can they kill a brother captain on 2 wounds remaining? If I die to grot, I quit Warhammer. Aren't they hitting on 5s or something?
They will hit on 5s.
Yes, and probably 6s to wound because they're like straight 2, isn't
They
it?
get 12 attacks though.
What?
There's 6 on each.
There's loads of... Yeah, okay.
Don't get explosions.
No. Still faction keyword Orks. They do get sustained, so a couple back in. 6s to wound. Right, so if you send their Snake Eyes... I've got a CP over there. Yeah. It's not going to happen. It's going to be fine. It's going to be... He's down to 1... wound remaining. I don't quit Warhammer yet. It's not embarrassing. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
That's the end of my turn 4. Right, then I came back here, did the last charge, land speeder Typhoon into a bunch of sneaky grots, killed all the grots. You've just got the runt herder back there with his grabby stick who had a snippy back at the land speeder, and that is the end of Space Marines turn 4. We are sabotaging, we're putting blinky teleport homers down, we're doing all we can to push these Orks back. Sol Garrow's charging up the battlefield on 1 wound remaining, being a big damn hero, but Blood Teeth over here, he's a big damn hero. He's taken las cannon fire, melter fire, predator auto cannon fire. He's still on 3 wounds remaining. And he's very, very angry as we're going to Orks. Turn 4. The Orks have consistently scored 10 points on the primary, whereas I dropped some points. So it's 49 to 48. The Orks are 1 point behind. I should be able to get the sabotage points to get them 4 points behind. But they've got 2 objectives here that they can control again, that they can do again. They're fed up with the killing. They now want to do grabbing some loot. They want to recover some loot and cleanse some objectives for even more loot. They can do these things. And should they successfully do these things, that will put the Orks into the lead when we go on to turn 5. So the boys are getting dead sneaky, and there's 4 of them doing actions and digging for loots and things, which means there was only 3 units to do other stuff. Basically, this unit with the Pain Boy are cleansing. The unit Storm Boys jump through. They're cleansing. Shock Dump Dragsters recovering assets. Grots in the backfield recovering assets. That puts the Orks in the lead. And that meant that you had What are they? I forget.
Flash kits.
Flash kits could move. These guns could move.
Just they were shooting at better targets.
Blood Teeth could move. And the Snotlings over there with the mech guns, they fell out of combat. Of course they did.
Yeah.
Now, the plan is the Snaz boys, no.
Flash kits.
Thank you. I've only been doing this all day. The Flash kits shoot Solgaro, kill him, right? Shock attack gun and thing kill Dreadnought.
And Jewel Fang himself.
And Jewel Fang himself kill Dreadnought. And then your Warboss kills the Land Raider. And if you get rid of those 3 units, then you'll be in the lead. And my entire army will be in the back third of the battlefield. You've pushed all the... And we're going to turn 5 and... this, even though the Orks have taken an absolute pounding, I've taken an absolute pounding as well. And have been pushed back and back and back. This battle is a long way from over. They are dead sneaky, these greenskins.
Yeah. So
let's see if they can actually hit something in this shooting phase. We're starting with the Flash kits unloading everything into Solgaro. It's AP -1, right?
Yep.
He's on 1 wound. I am definitely Armour of Contempting this. He's a big damn hero and I don't want him to fall.
So these are all the Flash kits going to Solgaro.
Yeah.
They get sustained hits 1, but they're hitting on 5s because they moved, but they do reroll and everything because of bad Jewel Fang with them.
5s with sustained.
And rerolling.
Rerolling everything. That's too many 6s, Bootle. Too many 6s.
That's a lot.
You just rolled 10 6s.
Yeah.
10 with the reroll. And that's another 6. That's 16 60s. So it's baba. 5 more hits, then bullets coming out the guns. Those Flash kits definitely believed in their ammo.
Yeah. They are nasty.
Right. 3s to wound. I don't know how many 2s this is, but last time I made lots. This time, there's a 1, there's a 1, there's another 1. Even a CP reroll won't save me. Brother Soul Captain. Right? There's a flash of a teleport homer. He goes to join Segamir in the med bay. That's 1 target down. Now we're on to Jewel Fang himself shooting at the Dread Badrock.
So hitting on 5s.
There's
6 is sustained.
There's a sustained, right.
And reroll everything.
Okay. Okay, so that's 4 hits with this 3 shots. Brilliant. Strength 9?
Strength 9.
Toughness 9.
4s to wounds.
Wounds once. I think it's AP -3. That doesn't help. So the Dreadnought is down to 3 wounds remaining. Perfectly softened up for a massive fairy bubble.
I hope it's the anti-tank one.
Yes.
Need a 5 or 6? No.
It's the middle one. So D6 shots.
3 damage. 3 damage.
3 damage a time. You just need 1 to get through, yeah. So 3 shots. 4s to hit. That one's pretty cold.
2 hits.
Strength 9, it's 4s to wound.
4s to wound.
Yep. AP 2, damage 3.
Yep.
So lots of cover. So 3 up saves or he's dead.
Yep.
No, I could CP reroll.
Still got the shock attack gun to fire.
I know you've still got the shock attack gun to fire, and I think I need to keep the CP to keep a Land Raider alive over there. So the Dreadnought, my ancient falls. 1 minute, does it? Yeah. Boom boom? No boom boom. That's good. That means we can recover the sarcophagus intact.
Yes.
Passed your hazardous check on Badrock. Then we came over here. Bloodteeth Spring has gone all the way down here into Tactical Marines. And I think you hit twice.
Yeah.
They're fine. That's the end of the shooting phase. Now you're charging a Land Raider.
Yeah. I've done one.
Armour of Contempting this. Because then next turn I can fall back and put multi-motors in his face 1 more time. But he's ripped apart 1 great beast. Can he kill Arkan Land's Pattern Raider? No. Arkan Land's Raider Pattern Assault Tank. That's the word I'm looking for. Can he take down 2 of them?
Yeah.
You're not doing Umbrella Carnage again, are you?
It worked before.
It did, didn't it?
It did rather well.
Right, okay. So 5s and 6s explode.
Yes.
Overhand swing. Here we go.
Come on.
Last time you got 4 5s and 6s.
It was insane.
This time you get 3 5s and 6s. Brilliant. Okay.
But I didn't miss any. I think I missed one last time.
Right, 3s to wound. 4 damage a time.
Yeah.
Okay. But 4 up and vulnerable. 4s. That is 8 damage.
But
it's on 7 remaining.
Come on, point.
I got 1 CP over there. No, I just spent the CP on Armour of Contempt.
Yes,
I don't have a CP. It is dead.
Does it explode?
No, it's a 1. He cuts 2 of them in half.
Wow, what a hero.
Pootle, we are warhammering right now.
absolutely
I
are.
failed to kill him with las cannons, multi-melters, heavy bolts, things. You're killing land raiders left, right and centre.
Come what may, I've won.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, turning up with the Orks, I'd win. But Blood Thief doing this.
It's just 2 land raiders and 1 round. Yeah, okay. That's the end of your turn 4.
Yeah.
1 minute, it's not the end of turn 4. We had a fight here with a grabby stick and a land speeder typhoon, and they just bumped into each other. So that's the end of turn 4. You're deliberately just tying up the land speeder down here. Right, and then I've mined up the cave thing here. But you're cleansing, you're doing all the things. How many objectives am I on? Just 2. So the boys are currently 2 points in the lead. 52 to 56. Somehow they're winning this day. And they're on 3 out of... They're on all the... we need to shoot them off of that one. We need to do something about this monstrosity. It's close. It's as close could be. As we head into the end game now. Turn 5. Right, so the Astartes pick up 10 on the primaries. Back in the lead by 6 points. 62 to 56. And I spent a CP to recycle a card. And I've got Assassinate. That war boss tearing apart land raiders. He must go down. And also extend battle lines, which I'm already doing. And also, I need to shoot some of these Orks off of some of their primary objectives, but they still score primary objectives at the very end of the battle. So I'm going to need to do a lot of shooting here. Right, in my movement phase, the scouts that put down the blinky teleport, they ran. They're hiding behind the rock over here. I don't think they can influence much of the battlefield around this side. Way over on the opposite corner of the battlefield, this runt herder is playing bumper cars with a land speeder typhoon. So that's the edges. Down in the middle, we're extending our battle lines. We control that one and this one. And then we need to assassinate. So your war boss, for the 78th time this battle, is my Oath of Moment target.
There's nothing you can do. Give up now.
We're going to bring him down. I've got a Razorback and the dudes shooting at him. And they jumped out of it again.
Yes.
So they're going to reroll wounds. I've got the Predator looking at him. I've got this Typhoon looking at him. I've got this Typhoon looking at him. But I also need to clear away these guys in the centre as well. Because you're controlling that objective currently. And Razorbacks only have an OC of 2. And these I've got 2 Stormbolt shots coming in this way as well. We need to do a lot of work, but we need to clear away some of these. It'd be nice to clear away the Shock Jump Dragster as well, because you can zip forward onto objectives and get 15 on the primary at the very end of the game. Does that must have an OC of 0 or something, right?
3.
Razorback OC of 2. What?
3.
It's got a higher OC than a Razorback. I suppose this is just a transport, and that's got
lots of things in there.
That's got more brains in it. It's got a squig. So it just needs to drive forward to out-OC me on this one.
Yep.
So I really need to kill that as well.
Yep.
Okay. This game is far too close for my liking. It's glorious, though. Old hammer all the way. Right. I'm excited. Let's kill some stuff. So we're going to start with the Stormbolter from this Rhino shooting at your Storm boys.
And they are hard as nails.
Brilliant.
I'm not going to put it on Bloodtooth this time.
You're not going to put it on Bloodtooth.
No,
okay.
you just need it.
We hit him once. We need a 6. We don't. That's not a 6. What of the Razorback? Here's the Storm Bolter. Everything hits. 6s? No. Okay, Heavy Bolter. They all hit. Strength 5, Toughness 5. With Art of Nails is 5s to wound them, but twin link to AP -1. You need to make a 6, sir. That's not a 6. We take one of them down. That's not enough. The Predator could shoot at them. That's why he's there.
Yep.
Predator wants to shoot down there. But before we fire Predator, we need to fire lots of things into Blood Thief. Right, so here's the Razorback Stormbolter. Yeah, the Razorback with Oath of Moment. And then it's going to need Force to Wound because of Oath of Moment. We do a wound. 2 up save. 1, 2 up save. Where are you?
Sorry, I'll come over to you.
You over here?
It's good.
He's fine. What of the Las Cannon? That wounds. 4 up invulnerable save.
Uh-oh.
Do you want a command point now?
I think I do.
Yeah? Okay.
Come on.
You need a 4.
Oh,
It's not a 4, and that
one,
does
it's
3
enough.
damage. It's enough to take him down. Of course, he's not really dead. There's a flash of an Orky teleport device.
His head's on the floor.
Right.
But that doesn't. He'll be picked up later and stitched back on.
Yeah, stitch it on some other bigger Orc. He'll be fine.
No, him. Yeah. He spends most of his time with his head off his shoulders and just plugs back into a new body. I mean, that's what that magnetic thing. It's it comes out.
Yeah, and you can stick him on a new set of wheels or something. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so. Right, sigh of relief. So the two last cannon guys back there will shoot at the shock jump dragster, and we hit it both of the times, and we wound it both of the times. It has a 6-up and vulnerable save. You make one, and the other one does 4 damage in total. How many is it left? 2 left. So this thing can't see anything anymore.
Yep. So
this thing needs to shoot at it with 2 missiles, and we hit once, and we wound once. That's a 5-up save back there. You have got cover. No D6 damage. 2 to get through.
2 to get through. It's gone.
Boom. Okay. So I've just got the Predator left.
Yeah.
Predator left into the Arda's Nails group. Mm-hmm. Auto cannon in rapid fire range, and I miss 4 times. With Arda's Nails as well, I'm going to need a force to wound them. Right, AP -1, they're the closest thing. So that's a 6.
No, kill no.
And then 2 las cannons, which that's a wound, and that'll evaporate 1 more.
Yep.
And right, you're not scoring that one.
You're out.
I'm not scoring that one either. I don't have any CP, but I might as well charge them with a tank, because you never know. I could run one over.
Tank truck?
No, I don't have any CP left. I've recycled a card with it. So we got Assassinate. The tank tries to run these guys over. Armoured tracks will hit on 4s and wound on 3s. They're not Arda's Nails at the moment, and that is 2 5-up saves. And we run one of them over, and then the knob stands there with his power claw and gives him a knock on the front door. And hits once, and wounds, and peels off a piece of armour, but we've still got plenty of armour remaining.
Yep.
Then we rounded out Space Marine's turn. Bump cars in the backfield. Run herders winning. Put 2 wounds on the land speeder Typhoon as it bounced. He's all over it. He's ripping off bits while dancing on top of the cockpit. And that is the end of Space Marines. Turn 5. We've assassinated. We've extended battle lines. The Orks need to try and swarm onto as many objectives as they can. But what secondaries will be shouted out by, let's face it, Bad Ruck in the backfield. Or not Bad Ruck.
It's just, no, it's Bloodthief's head, disembodied head.
He's going to be shouting.
He's still he's at least mouthing the words.
Yeah, okay. Let's find out what the orders are for the Orks in turn 5. Adding up all the things, the Space Marines end on 71 points. The Orks are currently on 56 points. They're 15 points behind, and they need to assassinate and kill the marked for death target. Okay, so the Orks are 15 points behind, but they control this objective. And Orc boys get the good bits and made that objective sticky. Yep. So that's 10 points for primaries.
Yep.
Putting you 5 points behind. You've assassinated all my characters. So it's a draw. That's the extra 15 points you need.
Yes.
So it's 71 points each. So then you just have to achieve either the mark for death target or get on a 3rd objective. So, mark for death. They're my mark for death targets, which you can't shoot at.
Yep.
So, you've marked that unit for death, that rhino. You crack that open on 4 wounds remaining.
Yep.
And you win.
With Orky shooting.
And then the other thing you did was spend a CP on Here We Go.
Yep.
And the boys need to make, it would be a 7-inch charge, but it will be a 5-inch charge into that Razorback.
With no CP left.
With no CP left. And if you make that charge, then you win. Because you'll be all over the central objective. Long story short, right now it's a draw. Kill a rhino, charge a Razorback, Orks win. How did this happen? Don't know. So, but you don't want to kill the Razorback with shooting.
No.
You want to, so
everyone's shooting at that.
Everyone's shooting at that. So you shrugged those round the side of this rock pile as well, so they could get shots in. So this is popping smoke. I've got a CP this turn. Yep. This is mashing the smoke button like a bad boy. Where we start off with
bubble chuckers.
2 bubble chuckers. Okay. And you got one of the anti-tank one, right? Okay.
So we'll do that one first.
Right.
D3 shots.
It's 2 shots. 5s to hit now. There's a hit.
There's a hit.
There's a hit.
It's 3s to wound. Oh, it doesn't wound.
It doesn't wound.
I don't have any CP.
Doesn't wound.
The other one was the anti-terminator, which is D6 shots.
For 1 shot.
Which hits.
It hits, okay.
4s to wound, strength 9. Doesn't wound.
Doesn't wound.
Okay.
So these bubbles explode on the in the mist, in the smoke.
This bubble chucker here.
That bubble chucker there.
Also the anti-terminator one. D6 shots. 4 shots.
Right, put a bit more fairy liquid in that.
5s, there's a
right.
hit.
Yes.
4s to wound. Not a wound.
Okay.
Shock attack
gun. 6 shots, 7 shots.
7 shots.
7 shots with a shock attack gun.
He moved.
So that's going to be 5s.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And any lethals, anything nasty?
Like
no.
so.
But that is 3 hits.
4s to wound.
Right.
2 wounds. AP 4, but you've got cover.
So there's snotlings rampant inside the cargo bay of that rhino, and I need 6s. How much damage does it do?
D6.
D6 a time.
Yeah.
I need 6s. I don't make any 6s. 4 wounds to get through. That is 8 wounds. That is a dead rhino. The witch blows up. Injures one of the space marines as the snotlings get inside the fuel reserves. And then we're over here to the boys. And they need to make a 5-inch charge.
And they do.
And that's a 7. We did the combat with the Razorback. It drops down to 2 wounds remaining. And that is the very end of the battle. The boys are spread out on 3 of the objectives. They've definitely assassinated as well. They killed the mark for death target, the rhino, and they win this day 78 points to 71. They win by 7 points. And the Orks take this planet. This is the way the world ends.
I wonder who my MVP was.
Yeah, I think he absorbed all the firepower.
And then took out 2 Land Raiders.
And then took out, which were giving him all the fire. I just annoyed him by shooting at him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hero moment, an Ork hero was born.
Yeah.
While the front line was crumbling. And then the boys were able to sneak in and do sneaky things. I'll tell you what, though, it was glorious seeing amazing. So many old models and firstborn models. And these lead models. And Orks versus Space Marines about as classic as it gets.
That's where I came in, basically. It was Orks against Beakies.
Dude, I was winning all the way through.
I mean, we talked off camera midway through, thinking, it's all going downhill now. I'm running out of assets. Can't go through the armour. But shows you never give up. And it's the stories we were making there with Solgaris surviving over there, mostly, and the Bloodteeth, again, mostly surviving, and then right up until the point where they didn't.
There were plenty of hero moments happening, which I like, but never give up, never what. You win this day. I need to lie down and have a cup of tea now, and we do. You're on the Instagram if anyone wants to see the miniatures.
Wolfboot_Pootle on Instagram and the Discord.
Okay, Wolfboot_Pootle Instagram, Discord.
So I'll comment. And it's the same handle.
You're coming to King in the North, our event.
King in the North
soon. What are you bringing to King in the North? I'm bringing the Echoes of Ecstasy.
I'm bringing I like bringing old lead models.
So the
I decided to pile in, and I'm doing all lead for Rogue Trader Harlequins.
What?
Yeah.
So the event is 1250.
Yeah.
You've got 1250 points of all lead.
Yeah.
Right, that must be an expensive army. People think Warhammer's expensive, but
I did go a little bit silly on eBay, but I was given a load by a friend who
left
the hobby. The box of 18. A friend gave me when he left the hobby in the early 90s.
Did he?
Yeah, so that's nice.
1 minute. So they've been sat in your garage for 30 years.
And then I never had the courage to paint them because they're just all those teeny tiny checks and stuff. But if you check out my Instagram, I've chewed my way through all of them.
I've seen some of them because not only are you collecting old school lead Harlequins, you're doing them
in exactly the way that they were on the box. I mean, as close as my skill can do.
In the White Dwarf colours, and they look glorious, along with like an avatar and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's an old lead one as well.
Yeah, well, that one can't be at the King of the North, but I'll be back here again, and I'll be bringing the extended.
You're going to come back with your lead Harlequins?
Yeah.
We'll get that on the channel.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so next time, get painting.
Yes.
Get painting. I always love seeing your gorgeous creations, and that was fun. That was so much fun.
That's brilliant, yeah.
We do hope you enjoyed partaking in the old hammer as well. Happy wargaming.